There you go.
Don't be stupid. Don't podcast. Be
I think on this second.
You on your second, Kev?
Yep.
Oh boy, here we go.
Try not to get drunk. Don't podcast. Be stupid podcast. Don't stupid. Don't stupid podcast. Don't be stupid. Don't podcast.
Was that my phone?
You have mail.
That wasn't my phone. What's your phone? Was that
My
my
What's
shit
up,
buzzing.
peoples?
My shit buzzing.
What's good?
My
These
shit
two
buzzes.
brothers over here doing whatever. One's on the phone,
Yeah, that
getting
was-
phone
that was
calls.
mine.
The other one's
It's telling me that I got the day off tomorrow.
You gotta be reminded you have a day off.
I like to be reminded because it just makes me
got
feel
the
good.
day off.
What
Got to
kind of
remind you.
bullshit is
Baller?
that?
It just makes me feel good.
That shit ain't instinctive.
You know what I'm
Tony,
saying?
he ain't on our schedule, man. He on a higher level, bro.
Because I'm off tomorrow.
Yeah,
This
you
nigga
gotta
ain't
work.
worked. This
He is
motherfucker
on
ain't
a-
worked since Wednesday.
God damn, you both on a
Ooh.
higher level. You ain't worked this Wednesday?
It was my week off.
Damn.
My weekend. My bad. My weekend.
Well, go on with your bad
You ain't
motherfucking
talking.
self.
This motherfucker had-
Go on,
this
go
motherfucker been to
on.
work in 5
Don't
days.
tell him he on a higher level.
Well, I am.
Hey, first of all, when you appreciate a brother's help, you got to make sure the brother stay with you. So I'm gonna tell him he's on a higher level.
Alright.
That nigga didn't feed me.
I damn sure didn't.
How you
I
gonna-
would have fed him though.
How you gonna get help and not get?
Worked him like a runaway slave.
And
When
it
he
didn't
didn't
feed
feed
me.
you when you came over Saturday.
No, when we got done.
First
Or in
of
the
all,
middle.
the nigga was 2 hours late.
In the middle. What?
No bullshit. We said 8. We didn't start till 10.
But that's because when I called you, you was like, wait till it warm up.
That's right.
Then don't
It's
blame
cold.
that shit on me then.
It was cold outside, bro.
All right, so why you say Eric was 2 hours late then?
Because we supposed to start at 8. You wasn't late, but you was just. We
I was
started
just
later.
what, nigga? You said 10 o'clock after 8.
Yeah.
I woke up at 6.
Well, you still didn't get here till 10:20, so don't act like you was here at 10 o'clock, bro.
You woke up at 6 for no apparent reason? Or
I wake up at 6 all the time. That's what time I just get up.
What'd I tell you? He just wakes up.
Yeah.
Early.
Yeah.
Early bird.
What's good?
All right, let's go.
What's up? What's up, B?
What's happening?
What's up, Tom?
What up? What's up, peoples?
First of all, before
Wait,
I say
wait.
anything
Let
stupid.
Tony say hello to his fans.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, your
Because
fan
they-
base.
they
So
his
go ahead.
How you
fans.
doing, my fans?
This nigga smiling.
How
He's
y'all doing?
cheesy like
Glowing.
shit.
How was your week?
I
Nah,
can't-
let's
Hey.
go.
This motherfucker. All right, go ahead, Kev.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, man, it's good. Before anything gets started, yes, I've had 2 drinks, so motherfucker probably gonna say some crazy shit. I'm deep in my emotions. I'm feeling myself, and I got some issues. So y'all can't trip with a brother. Just
Then
let me go ahead and deal with
probably
it.
gonna spill his 3rd drink.
Yeah, I'm having problems. A nigga having problems when he taking sleeping pills and drinking to go to sleep.
Damn, nigga,
So-
don't tell all
Oh,
your,
shit.
don't tell all your business, nigga.
I don't give a fuck,
We
man.
in
I'm going
therapy.
through it. Y'all know how it is. It's therapy, you know. Y'all know I lost mom, so I'm just going through some shit. You know, also other shit going on in my life that I ain't gonna get into. But hey, that's just the way it go down. So I ain't scared to tell y'all fam now. Fuck it. You been with us for 35 episodes. You fam.
If it's the same people.
Yeah, I don't think nobody been with us for 35 episodes.
Well, hopefully there has been somebody.
Let us
Fuck
know
it.
if you are.
They clued in
Hey,
for
somebody,
1.5 and they
somebody
cut
let
out.
these niggas know you been here for a minute.
Yeah.
I've been. It's funny how some people come at me about. It's always people that I wouldn't think maybe was. I know they might have tried it, but continue to listen. I always find out there's a couple of people that's listening. They don't follow us and stuff, so they don't show.
Yeah.
But they listen, and then I'm also aware of people who fell off because I know there's a person that I got in mind that me and Tony know
I fell off.
who was there at the beginning, and I think maybe too many N-bombs and black power and down with Whitey.
Our super fan?
You know the funny part about it that is
I think he disappeared.
We are not.
Yeah,
We
peace
are
out.
not. I will say. I say we're very much aware of the times. I won't say we're racial.
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say we very much aware of the times.
I think we are. I think
I
we
don't
grew
think
up.
we are.
I think I grew up with a very diverse culture. So I feel like
What?
I don't know what that what he just said
diverse
was.
culture.
Oh, okay.
right?
That nigga said-
I told you the alcohol fucking with me.
That
I ain't gonna
motherfucker
say
said-
it didn't. I
That
ain't
was the
gonna say-
longest word I ever heard in my life.
I was trying to fit some words in there.
How many points you get on
Diverse.
Scrabble for that word?
Mm,
50?
That's 100 points right there.
I said the alcohol might be fucking with me. Don't say I didn't.
All
say
right,
that.
go,
Diverse.
go, go,
Anyway,
go.
I'm just saying. So it's relatable when we're talking about how racial issues affect us today, because I think that we grew up under a
think that-
very big melting pot. So we kind of understand when we have legitimate
Well-
white, Asian, black, because black people racial
Well,
as shit. You know,
our
Mexican.
opinion is something that everybody can relate to.
Yeah, I thought
As
I thought
far
it
as
was very relatable.
as far as us knowing everything that's going on, we don't.
We don't. Oh hell
We
no.
don't, and that's what I was trying to say
Well,
at the
the
beginning. When I was
beauty
in it, we don't know, and I mean that's basically the topic. I mean that's basically the subject of the show is cats that, and I think the average motherfucker don't know everything that's going
No,
on.
no, it's
Right.
it's our opinion.
So
it's
we
how we
just-
feel, right?
So we just speaking on shit that we got half of the knowledge, we got half of the information on,
well,
and
that's
we
the beauty
giving
of
our
it, though.
opinion on, and we
I
giving
think
our
that's the
opinion
beauty
on
of it, don't you? The beauty is
I'm not. No. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
okay.
I'm just trying to make it clear where we stand. We're not. We're not CNN. We're not Fox. We're not telling you the facts.
No, no.
Even though them motherfuckers don't tell you the facts either. But what I'm saying is that we're just some
Well-
cats that's hearing half of the information like the average motherfucker does,
Yeah,
and then we give you an opinion, our opinion.
Right. We shouldn't have to give a disclaimer and saying in our opinion, but basically this is always about our opinion or how we feel or how we see something. I mean, that's how it is. A lot of people get it wrong. Shit, we get it wrong all the time. I mean, my parents got it wrong all the time.
I ain't never
I
wrong.
don't,
No.
I don't get it wrong.
No.
Oh, shit. So us three,
You two,
out of
these
us-
two motherfuckers right here don't get it wrong. I'm willing to say I get
My
it wrong.
opinion
So
is
that's
fact.
But
so
that's
what it is.
That's
Out
how
of
I
us-
feel. That's what I understand. That's what I heard. So I feel like
So out
that
of
was
us
factual.
three,
So these
that's
two
the nigga
motherfuckers
that
don't
ain't
get
got it
shit
right.
wrong because they ain't human. They supernatural. Tony got a fan base all on his own. The motherfucker got Twitter. He got Facebook. He got
What? Nah.
that nigga got Tinder. I'm bullshit. Don't get that nigga in trouble. I'm bullshit.
That nigga do got Tinder. Yeah, he do.
Plenty of fish.
Oh bullshit.
Oh, beige.
Anyway, I'm just saying that we get the shit wrong.
Beige
Nigga on
weekly.
Tinder.
Beige Weekly. That nigga on
Yeah.
Super Black Planet for the beige niggas.
Super
That's
beige.
for all my queens out there.
Oh,
Beige
shit.
planet.
God
That's
damn.
funny as shit.
Damn, you ain't never heard Kevin talk that much in a while, huh?
All it takes is two
That's what
cups.
I'm
Couple
saying.
good drinks, man. No. To be honest with you, man.
Nah, nigga, shut up. Let's go on to the move on with the show.
I'm serious, man. I mean, shit. You know, nigga.
Now, granted, everybody's experience is different.
Yeah, everybody's experience is
I-
different.
Granted.
Yeah.
I'm probably a little bit
everybody.
more talkative today. Like Eric said, a couple of drinks get me out there and feeling myself, feeling my emotions. Say what I got to say.
I had a nigga. We was doing that motherfucker called me earlier in the week. Said his fence blew down. We had some. We
Oh,
had
shit.
some. We had some weather this week. Last
Cali.
week. Remember the wind was blowing all through the night,
Yeah, shit.
and so that motherfucker called me talking about. I need you to help me, fix this fence. So I come over because I never know when I'm gonna need that nigga to go help me,
And I
right?
don't came over a lot of
And
times.
we do live around the corner from each other. So
Yeah.
3 minutes.
yeah, I don't even know if it's that.
I don't even, maybe 60 seconds.
Yeah, shit, jump a couple fences.
I can.
But
yeah.
so I come over and this fool. Listen, he got everything set up all nice and shit. Cause fool got every tool that you can think of, and this motherfucker got the music playing and shit. And his
Getting you in the mood.
that nigga's music took a pause
No.
for a second, and
And
as
that
soon as it
nigga-
took a pause, I was like, "Hey, let me
Oh,
let me
shit.
turn on some working music." And you know what I listen to?
Oh my God. This
I
Conway
had the
Twitty.
80s. Man, I had
put the 80s
Ambrosia.
hits?
I had
No.
Ambrosia.
He did not start off with that shit.
I had who didn't have Ambrosia?
Yeah,
You
Marsha
started
Ambro-
off with
Oh.
the country list.
No, it wasn't country.
You said your list was country. You told me it's on your country list.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it. But that ain't country. It was Ambrosia.
Yeah, Ambrosia was nice.
Oh, okay.
You don't even know Ambrosia. Name an Ambrosia song.
An Ambrosia song. I heard of Ambrosia before, dog. I don't know exactly everything they
I've
What
say.
if
heard
you-
the songs, but I've never heard that band name.
So
I've heard of Ambrosia.
So at this point, this spot right here, whatever minute, we're gonna put an Ambrosia song right in there real quick.
Tell me an Ambrosia song.
I know a whole bunch of them.
This nigga right here. You see this song?
Tone knows.
I know.
I've been
we,
trying
we,
to get
we had this
Tony.
conversation before.
I
This
talk to
nigga
Tone every
right
day
here.
about him, bro.
Okay, well,
I was
nigga,
trying to
tell
go
me
to.
a song.
I was trying to go to Lake Tahoe to concert.
No,
to the
you
concert.
wasn't. No, the fuck you
Tone.
wasn't.
They still alive?
The fuck you
Tone, you
wasn't.
said that same thing when I showed you the picture of him. I showed Tone pictures of him.
Nigga, no, the fuck you wasn't.
Yes, I did.
Okay, tell me
Okay,
an
anyway,
Ambrosia song.
so then I came through with like Christopher Cross. I came through with Kenny Loggins.
Okay.
I came through it. By the time we got to Kenny Loggins, Kevin was like, "What the fuck are we listening to?" He said, "My neighbors ain't never heard no music like that coming from my house."
Nope.
We had a loud back there too, boy.
Yeah. Because they saying the biggest part of me.
Yep.
That's a jam.
What's the other?
How much I feel? You
Nigga,
trying to
why
tell
are
me
you
ain't nobody
telling
heard
me?
that? How much I feel?
feel for you, baby?
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's the one I know.
Oh, this nigga don't
That's
know.
the one. Yes, it is.
You didn't even know
Right.
Ambrosia songs, bro. You just talking.
This one right
Don't
here.
play that one though. If you're gonna play one, cut that off. Cut that off. If you're gonna play one,
How's that gonna
if you're
come
play
across?
Nigga, I don't care. I just wanted to let him know him. I know one of the songs. I didn't know the name of that motherfucker.
But yeah, but I was, what?
Go ahead.
So he put it. So pretty much, you guys are working on the Blue Eye Soul.
Yes.
Whatever.
Oh shit! I was waiting for
wanna
him to say that.
I don't say it was Blue Eye Soul. I was saying whatever the fuck we was listening to. At some point, I knew my neighbors was like, "That's a J. Cole listen to ass nigga. What is he playing today?"
He has a visitor.
Oh yeah, yes I do.
You probably like you got a visitor. Oh, you're versatile on your listening.
I play a lot of R&B, old school R&B.
That's the jam right there. That's what the first song was that came on right there. That's the first song that came on. Tony Kev looked like, what the fuck is this nigga playing? Let that play for a minute. All right, cut that off, because they gonna cut us off.
They
They ain't gonna play us. They gonna take us off.
Anyway,
Yeah. man.
so he was playing that shit right there, and I,
So we got some work done. That's what I'm trying to say.
because I'm trying to focus on something else.
I got
other
some
than
work
that shit.
music playing. This nigga had when I came in, this motherfucker had the Migos. I'm sorry, let me say it right. The Migos. The Migos station.
There's no the in front of them. It's just Migos.
No, we say Amigos.
No, this the.
It's the Migos.
It's
But we
the
always put
Migos.
Amigos.
If you're gonna talk about them, you just can't start a sentence with
Migos.
Migos was playing the Migos were playing at the whatchamacallit. You just can't put the in front of it like I
Yeah.
was doing.
Okay.
Friend in Spanish.
Oh, I'm wrong for that?
No, I just said the group's name is Migos.
Okay,
That's what I just said. The Migos. Anyway.
Okay, what happened?
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, that nigga had that shit going, and about 10 songs in, I was like, damn, this nigga's killing me. Even though there was some cuts up in there.
Hell yeah, I listened to.
There was some cuts in there.
I
You
listened to
need
your
to
joint by
make- you
J.
need to make a
Cole. I
PlayStation.
listened to your joint by Meek Mills and Drake.
Nigga, you on J. Cole's nuts today, ain't you,
I
bro?
guess I am, man. I like them.
Hey,
at the
you
All-Star
said
game.
J. Cole 3 times already.
Fuck you. Anyway, I was listening to Drake and Meek Mills going bad. And then after that, you was like, I'm done. You cut the shit off after that joint.
I heard a whole bunch of songs before that.
Yeah, that was like 4 or 5. Yeah.
You need to make a PlayStation. I mean, not PlayStation, but playlist.
Oh, I got hella playlists. He just don't like them.
Oh.
I got
He
playlists.
should
nigga.
accommodate you because you came out to help.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
right, Tone. And that's why I let him play his playlist like for 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. He played his shit.
It was good. It was good. It was a good feeling after the sun came out and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. He played his shit the whole time. I didn't say shit.
Had
I
the
wanted him to be
BGs,
comfortable.
everybody.
Especially since that's back-breaking work we was doing. That shit hurt.
And they all bleeding.
Nah, but I was off the motherfucking 800 milligrams.
Oh, your motherfucker is sore as
Yeah.
fuck.
Sore
I went
as
home-
shit.
I went home, took a nap,
creams, all
bruh.
kinds of shit.
It's a 60-year-old roofer living
I
in
went,
laughing
bruh,
at
I
you
went
right now.
home. I went home, bruh, and I was about to take a shower. And, you know, I took off all the muddy because I had muddy clothes. I took off all the muddy clothes. When I came inside, I just left the muddy clothes downstairs by the wash and dry.
Yep.
And then I went upstairs, man, and I sat down for a second to finish getting undressed.
You was out already?
Oh shit, that nigga was out.
I was
It's over. It's a wrap. I'm sleeping.
God damn.
I woke up, bruh.
I'd be glad it was a
I had-
holiday.
I woke up. I had 30 minutes to take a shower, get
Hell
dressed, and
yeah.
get over to this function I had to be at.
You right, Tony. I was glad it's a motherfucking holiday.
Good Lord.
Yup. So
Shit.
what we got? What we got? So this weekend we had the All-Star game.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, man. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Dude, y'all niggas watched, didn't they? Everybody
watched.
got something to say about what
Whoa,
was going on and shit. So tell me what happened. What happened?
Ah, man.
Tony, what that
Let's start with Friday. Let's start with Friday.
Tony looking like it's.
I was celebrating Chinese New Year's. I don't know what y'all were doing.
What happened Friday? It was just a celebrity game, right?
Friday is the game when no, I didn't see the celebrity game this year.
That was Friday.
It must have been Friday.
So what are you talking Friday? What are you talking about?
You talking about Saturday, right?
Wow.
Saturday was what the night you talking about. Friday was a celebrity game.
Right.
I missed the celebrity game.
Yeah,
Ain't
Negro, I
that a
guess so.
bitch?
Cause you
Yeah, because Saturdays when
You
they
ain't
did
Saturday
those,
was a freshman and
challenges.
sophomore.
Yeah.
Contest.
Yeah. That's what's
Saturday
on.
was the contest. Yeah.
God damn. I
wait a
missed
minute.
the
Wait.
celebrity game.
So Saturday was the
No.
skills contest
No,
and
Friday.
the dunk contest.
Yeah.
Friday
Was
was
the-
the celebrity game and the
Yeah, that's what I seen. I seen
freshmen and the
sophomores.
the-
Yeah, that's
whatever
what I
they call it. They call no, it's not that called that.
Whatever
it's the
fuck
world.
they call.
It's the
World
world.
versus
Yeah.
versus the United States. That's the game.
That's
I seen
what
on
you
Friday.
see on
But I
Friday.
didn't see the celebrity game.
It was early.
Oh shit, I missed that. I want to see it.
You didn't want
Somebody
to
go
see
off.
that.
Nobody was good.
Nigga, why we want to watch motherfuckers that we better than play? That don't make no sense.
Oh
Who's
shit.
better?
No.
Tony.
Not you, Tone.
Who's better?
We keep you out of that.
Okay. Keep
It's
me
funny
out.
because I got a question later on that kind of questions Tony's
I used to
athleticism.
play basketball, but
athleticism.
go ahead.
Damn,
ahead.
Tone, you play ball?
Stick ball.
Not for the school.
No, it don't matter if you play for the
No, I
school
play
or
That
not.
mother played stick ball in the streets.
No, I play basketball.
Okay.
New Yorkers, we playing stick ball,
No, I
and then
play
they.
basketball.
Yeah, okay, just want to make sure.
I
me
play
and you-
basketball.
Nigga
I
ain't
play
talking
basketball in high school.
That nigga
Man,
5
this
foot.
motherfucker.
That nigga 5 foot and beige.
Eh, Damn, Eric,
5'9".
you cold. You a cold ass. You
I know,
6'5" niggas is cold as fuck.
I
Boy.
know. Bad knees.
Yeah,
That's what they got.
6'5".
That's what
niggas,
they.
boy,
That's,
they a
that's
trip,
what they
boy.
looking forward to. Bad knees.
Wait. Don't let Tone fool you. That motherfucker limping right beside me.
No, that's a bad
That
foot.
nigga's back hurt and his foot. That nigga got a bad foot and a back.
A bad foot.
That nigga Eric say,
nigga
"You hop
limping
along
right-
Cassidy too."
He limping right there beside me.
I don't let tall motherfuckers tell me shit.
There you go.
Hey, there it is.
There you go.
There you go.
Anyway, so I watched the American team versus the world team.
I'm just gonna shut up because there's two short ass niggas in the room right now, so it's 2-1.
Fuck you, man. Ain't nobody asked you
That's
for all
why I
that
ain't
shit.
gonna say. Look, Tony said, "Who's short? I ain't short."
Nigga, I stand on my wallet. Fuck it.
I've been to Japan. I've been to Japan.
That's
No,
what
I
you
ain't
told.
short.
So you officially not
Fuck
short.
it. Stand on your wallet. You be all right.
Nah, I ain't got it like that either.
I ain't got like
I
that.
ain't got it like that.
That's only,
Don't
That's
let.
only
don't
you,
let that
nigga.
get out.
That's only
yeah,
you.
that's you.
That
That's
ain't
you.
me.
This is
Don't
your
never
studio.
let me. If you ever hear
Eddie,
me
this
talking
is
about
your house.
if you ever tell me talking about how much money I got, I'm lying.
Mm-mm.
If it's up there,
Don't put it out there.
Nigga,
I'm lying.
that money belonged to somebody. All that money I got.
Well,
Hey, tax season.
at least you got it.
season.
Yeah.
At least you got it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Finish what you were saying. I don't even know what you were saying. What you
I said I
saying?
watched the world versus the American team, and shit, man, it's like basketball. It wasn't that entertaining. I mean, I'll be honest with you.
I think that just to keep this going, I think that the world and
The world and the what?
the world versus USA. That's what
Yeah,
it was.
It's
World
world versus USA. Anybody from any other country is on the world
versus
team
USA. Yeah.
versus the United States.
What they
So-
haven't learned from the Olympics that we. just
Well, I
looked
mean,
at?
now they got
It's
a lot
good.
more talent because
They got a lot of
there's a lot
talent,
of
bro.
brothers that you think that play for the NBA.
Like
and
Ben Simmons.
They from other places.
Yeah, Ben Simmons.
So
is
when you
from
look
Australia.
at Joel Embiid and all them cats from somewhere else.
Yeah,
Ben Simmons from Canada. There's a lot of the motherfuckers that's on that team. You like, what the fuck?
Australia.
What the fuck are you doing over there?
That's true. Mulberry's over there in China, right?
who?
That,
Stephon?
that motherfucker's American, nigga.
Yeah,
you talking
but
about motherfuckers from the
Yeah.
other
But
country.
he plays for China.
Yeah,
That's not the
but
same
he's
thing.
from the
man.
United
That's not the
States,
same.
so it's not
That's
the
not the
same. He would
same.
be on the United States team.
You got to be from the country.
Yeah. So I mean, it was interesting.
But-
I thought it was
but
a good game.
but
But it
reason I
just
cut
wasn't
you
as good as
off
I wanted it to
It's
be.
because I was saying you was reading too much in. I think you really digging too much into that game. I don't think it was that entertaining. I think we can
I'm
kind of
so
skip
right.
it. I think we can skip it. I don't think it was all that.
Well,
I thought that-
I like it gives a chance for the young dudes or the unknowns to get a chance to play because most of those dudes are not gonna make an All-Star team. The only two made it was D'Angelo Russell and Ben Simmons, right? That's the only two made it onto a team. Oh, actually, D'Angelo Russell is his third year,
I'm about to say,
so it's
yeah.
just Ben Simmons.
D'Angelo Russell didn't play in that game.
He was on the All-Star. No, he didn't play in that game.
Yeah.
He played in the All-Star game. So it was just Ben Simmons who actually made an All-Star team who actually played
Okay.
in the All-Star game. So, but he was on that team too. On the
He was on the
World
All-Star team?
He was on the World team.
I
And
didn't
he was
see.
on the
I
All-Star
didn't see
team.
the All-Star game.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's just Ben
So we can
Simmons.
skip that.
So yeah, you
Let's
skipped
go to
it.
let's get to the 3-point
Meat and
contest.
potatoes of what it was.
No, it wasn't meat and potatoes. It
of
was,
the weekend.
No, it was like top ramen.
You don't
and-
think that the challenges
Oh, you saying
Saturday?
that's the meat and potatoes?
that's the meat and potatoes of it. I
Okay.
think that was the best part of All-Star Weekend.
Okay.
Is the skills challenge, 3-point contest, and the dunk contest. Even though I don't agree that the dunk contest and the
I don't-
3-point skills challenge are anything exciting.
I don't think that it used to be the meat and potatoes. I think the All-Star game used to be the meat and potatoes.
Used to be.
Then it switched over to the slam dunk contest.
Yep. And
Was
then
the
we
meat and
lost
potatoes.
that.
Then that got weakened, and we didn't have anything because
What's the
it's been weak.
last dunk contest that you remember that was like off the chart to you? I know we talked about this a little bit, but what's the last one you remember that was so off the chart you was like, I gotta go see that again?
I haven't seen one since way back with Dominique and Spud and
Yeah,
and,
Spud
and,
Webb.
and talk about even Michael Jordan, Sean Kemp. We talk about them that decade right there. Those were the championships. I mean, those were the slam dunk contests that I wanted to see over and over and over again. As far as a dunker that I felt like was one of the best dunkers I've seen in a long time, I have to go with Aaron. What's his name? Is it Brooks? Not Aaron Brooks. Fucking what's old dude's name? Went to Arizona
Light
University.
skinned dude.
And
Some
then,
Aaron. I know you're talking about.
and now he plays for
Played for
Orlando.
Orlando. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah, yeah,
It'll
yeah.
come to me in a minute,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I gotta go with him. And he got robbed
Yeah.
because he should have won that slam dunk contest. Anybody who can sit down in the air, who the fuck can sit down? I ain't never seen a motherfucker jump and sit down in the air.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a motherfucker a perfect L
No.
in the air?
Didn't
That
somebody do that over a mascot?
Him.
That was him.
That was him,
Okay.
and he lost. I'm like, it's crazy. It's crazy. I should know his name because my daughter knows him. My daughter went to school with him and shit. And he's from the Bay Area.
Mhm.
I should know his name. So I actually met him. But
The kid was nice. I know who you're talking
but
about.
I think that that was the last dunker I seen that really showed us some shit that we hadn't seen in a while.
What's funny is I remember that contest. That's a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah.
That was a couple of years ago. But I still don't feel like that was the one that stands out to me. I think the last one, shit, I can't think. I mean, I definitely agree with you about the Jordan errors, Dominique and all that. But I think Vince Carter, that dunk
That's a good one.
contest,
But I kind of throw that in there too.
that was a
I
great
throw that
dunk
in there.
contest.
I throw that in there
You
because
gotta
I
have
said
the dunk.
Sean Kemp, so I throw that in there with that era. That whole era was a different era. The one thing I will tell you that I feel is different between me and you,
Mhm.
and before you interrupt me, let me finish, is that I think that you have that whenever we talk about shit like that,
Mhm.
or even when it comes to music, sports, fashion, anything, you have that you have that our era was the best era.
Feeling?
And, yeah, and I just feel like with you, a lot of times you're not open to way things. Let me finish, nigga.
I understand.
You was
Okay.
about to. I heard you breathe all heavy on the mic
Well,
and
fuck
shit.
you. I didn't breathe heavy.
So, I think that I think that when you do that kind of stuff, you kind of like you're not open to way. Because the thing is and me and Tone, we've had this argument back and forth with some stuff too, is that things have changed. You know, things
Definitely.
the styles. You know, the what's popular with the sound of music, even though it might sound a certain way to us, maybe simple, maybe mumble, maybe whatever.
Mhm.
You have to accept. At one point, you have to accept that's what's happening right now. So who is good at what they do? It ain't about who's good at what you like. It's about who's good at what's happening right now. So when we talk about some of that stuff, a lot of times you can't compare it. Like I can't compare Keith Sweat to Marvin Gaye.
Oh hell no! Yeah, you're right.
So, but Keith Sweat is
It's
done
good
what
in
he's
his era.
done.
Yeah, it was
He's
good
done
in
what
his
he's
era.
done, but you can't compare him to, you know what I'm saying? The Sugar Hill Gang helped, even though they weren't the originators, they helped create what's happening.
Right.
Can't
Yeah.
compare that nigga. Just to use your dude for example, we can't compare the Sugar Hill Gang to J. Cole.
Yeah.
Because it's they were good at what they did at that time.
Yeah.
And now rap's changed.
Mm-hmm.
So and they might look at, and I'm sure them old motherfuckers, Big Daddy Kane, them niggas, they look at these new niggas and they be like, "Pfft, what the fuck they doing?"
Yeah.
But the new niggas followers are looking at Big Daddy Kane shit and being like, that nigga, this nigga got 7-syllable words and shit, 8, 9, 10. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. They don't want to hear all that shit.
No, when you really look at it, the new era of rappers, they doing a good job.
But I don't want to switch over to rapper.
No, I'm just saying they are
in
doing
everything,
a good job.
in everything.
You
Same way
just have to
with
look at it.
style. Me and Tone,
Clothes, yeah.
like me and Tone would speak on jeans a lot, right?
Mhm.
And even though my jeans have shrunk up a little bit, so my jeans, I ain't gonna say they completely skinny. They're not completely skinny jeans, but they have shrunk up some. And Tone's jeans, they've got a little less baggier
I
too.
went from
Maybe
boot cut to
all of it.
straight.
All of us.
maybe not as tight as mine, but he still has changed up a little bit. But there's still cats that run with us who still sport the
Baggies.
same thing that we were wearing back then. And
Yeah, they
that's
can't
what
let it
they
go.
do. And there's no way in the world you're gonna get them to wear a pair of slim jeans. And I don't know where I changed that. It's just I think I just tried them on one day in the store. Because you know what it was? I had to go to a function. And my wife was complaining about my suits.
Mhm.
And she was like, I need you to you need to wear a fitting suit. And I'm like, what you talking about? My suits fit.
Modern day.
Yeah. So she wanted me, so she kept showing me pictures of these niggas, these big ass niggas in these nut hugging suits. So I was like, man, I am not wearing that
Flooding.
shit. I'm not wearing that shit.
That's the
then-
part I can't do. He can do that. Eric can do that shit.
But then when they got me in the store and they start measuring you up and putting
Yeah.
shit on you,
Mm.
you start looking at your stuff and they start get you looking right. You start feeling like shit. Maybe I can rock this. And then
The
when
flood stuff.
you know what always gets me,
What?
what always makes me change
What?
is when the kids, once my kids say, "Damn, Dad, you can look at you thinking you young, or yeah, you thinking you doing something,
Yeah.
you lit." That's when I'm like,
Yeah,
all right, well, I'm gonna go ahead.
I'm going to
and rock
wear
that.
this
I'm
shit.
gonna go ahead
yeah.
and rock
He
this.
lit, right? He lit.
I'm gonna go ahead and rock this.
So right there, what Eric just said,
Huh.
it's we're gonna speak to maybe our young listeners. It's okay. Maybe to,
lit.
I'm just hey, I'm gonna keep it real. Maybe to our young listeners, this is a learning moment right here.
Yeah.
It's okay. Just going over there. If you got some little change, go over there. Get sized up, man. it works. Get sized up.
You
You,
know
want to
what?
spend some money
You
on a
should.
suit, a nice suit.
Get
Go.
your shit fitted.
You're right.
Yeah.
If
You're right.
there's a few things that I've come to realize as I got older that I didn't think I would never say. One of the things is what Tony just said. When it comes to clothes, if you can afford it, you want to buy quality first of all.
For sure.
And if you can afford being sized, being fitted for certain clothes, do it. Because
Yeah, alterations are
you start once you get into your right size, quality clothes, you do feel the difference. You feel like this fits me. You feel comfortable in it. So that's a great feeling to have.
Yeah.
Right.
The
I
other
would
thing
agree.
I was going to say is I've started to realize, and this is something I thought I would never say, and I know both of y'all niggas can relate, but I know for sure this nigga over here, Kev, can relate. Certain things that you buy are set up certain ways to get the best out of what it is that you just bought.
Yeah.
And that was a long way of saying, and I still do it, when you buy a car, especially a luxury car, it's set up a certain way. So you can get the best out of it. So you can get the best ride. So you can get the best. So as soon as I'm a culprit, I do it. As soon as I get it home, I take those wheels off, I put the other wheels, the aftermarket wheels that I want on it.
Right.
You change the exhaust. You change everything. You change
everything about that fucking
all of
car.
a sudden, yeah, you look cool, but that car is not nowhere what it was supposed to be. And
That's
you're
funny.
driving it, and you're thinking you look cool and everything, and you probably do look cool.
Mhm.
But that car is not what it was supposed to. All that money that you paid, that's why I threw in luxury.
Mhm.
All that money that you paid for that luxury, you took all that shit and threw it out. You took it and you threw it out
Right.
and put that bullshit on it.
Yeah, it's funny because I got a 2017 truck, a 2018 truck. I think it's 2017 truck. And initially I wanted to do all kinds of shit to it.
I remember that.
But after I started driving that motherfucker, it felt so comfortable, and I was feeling so good about the way it rode, I wouldn't touch it. I said, I'm not touching this motherfucker. It feels good just to hop in that motherfucker and drive it. Now, other cars I got, I done did everything in their mama to them damn cars, right? And they don't ride, or the sound's not the same, or something's not the same about those cars. So I've changed them, I'm altered
Right.
them. So I'm with Eric 100%. That truck is the first car out of all the cars I've ever had, I didn't alter it. Not one bit.
Yeah, but I mean, to go back to what I was saying with Eric and the suits is like, for these young cats that's following these players, these actors, and all that shit, and you look at them, they wearing a clean suit, and you be like, "Woo, that shit look clean."
Mhm.
Guess what?
Right.
They got that shit fitted, altered.
No, they got
all
tailors. They
that
got
shit.
people who
Oh,
do
yeah.
it. But they gotta have it
They
because they
got
7
tailored.
foot. So they
Taking
got
it
it.
to be altered is a cool shit.
regardless how tall they are, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's anybody. It could be your whoever you following. They got a clean suit. They didn't just go to the store and just get that shit just like bop. I want that right there.
Off the rack.
Yeah.
They got that shit. That shit get it. It takes a little time. It takes a little money. But if you want to look clean, there's no problem with going and get that shit fitted to,
With that
to
being
your
said,
body.
with that being said, Tone, you right.
Mhm.
At the same time, we do want to still be aware that young folks that's doing all that following might not have the money to do it. So when the time comes, we're asking you, we're telling you,
Right.
invest in it because it's a good investment. So we do realize that not everybody's gonna be, getting tailored suits. And stuff.
True that. But at the same time, if you getting that Gucci belt,
Oh, that's different. If you doing all that, yeah,
You can get
need
it
to- You need
tailored.
to be spending your money.
you
a
need to
little
get
more
that.
thrift.
Yeah,
You need to be more thrifty with
you
your
spending that whatever how much on them Jordans, and you looking for something to look nice in. It's all right.
money.
It's cool. Don't worry about it. Let
You
that
gonna say
man
something, Kev?
stretch you out.
No, I'm with you. I
Yeah, I
totally
mean-
agree with you. But let's get back to the basketball shit.
Thank you.
Let's get back to the
I
basketball
thought we
shit.
was done with the basketball shit.
Well, we was about to go into All-Star Weekend Saturday. And
What happened Saturday? 'Cause I don't think nothing happened Saturday.
so Saturday we had the skills challenge.
Buddy
We had
Hield,
We had the 3-point contest, and we had the
my
dunk
buddy.
contest. Let's go in reverse order.
Nah, nigga, buddy.
No.
No, let's go in reverse order.
All right, did we got to take that long for it?
Just quick. The dunk contest, as we said already,
whack.
was whack.
That's what I said. I don't know if we said it already.
No, I
That's
think
what
I'm in
said.
agreement with you.
I think the last two motherfuckers, that was some bullshit. Because that one cat that did the
They had the 20 dunks that missed all the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Some
sick of that
bullshit.
shit.
I mean,
if you
fuck
don't
he
make
get
it on
that
the first
score?
one or two tries, the
the
shit's
only
over.
dunk that was worth watching was when he jumped over Shaq and
Yeah.
hung like Vince Carter.
Yeah.
When he hung on, when he put his whole arm in
Yeah.
there and hung.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the only one that was worth watching. The rest of that shit was bullshit.
You shouldn't be able to dunk 20 times in the same fucking dunk.
Well, they
I fuck.
I think they had some. I was wondering why he had so many tries, but they were saying they were like attempts.
There were attempts.
They were
3
attempts.
attempts.
They've
Right.
been
3
doing that shit.
attempts.
Yeah, they've been doing
Really
that
what
shit
they say.
forever.
3 real attempts. So if you drop the ball, miss the ball, this ball, they don't
That's
count
not
that
an
as an
attempt.
But
So if
fuck
you
that
go up,
shit.
you go up and like, oh no, and turn back around. That's
Yeah,
not.
that
And my
was-
other gripe is
That was some bullshit.
motherfuckers who got a name need to be in the dunk contest. If you are
See,
new,
this is where I disagree.
well, you could be no name, but I'm saying if you're new to the league,
But
if you're
I'm
new to
saying,
the league,
like
you're
right now.
exciting.
So right now,
I want some to see your ass in the
Kev,
dunk contest.
right
bring,
now-
bring that attention. to
Kev,
it.
right now,
Yeah.
what you just said,
Yeah.
what person with a name would you want to be in the slam dunk contest?
I want to see Giannis in there.
He can't. But that's what I'm
He's
saying.
sick, he's motherfucking 7'2".
See, that's what
I
you.
still want to
That's
see
the
him do
part.
something
That's the
crazy.
part. That's the part that
I
don't
wanna see him
make.
try.
See, that makes no sense. Why would you? First of all, think about it.
All right.
he's not a finesse dunker. He doesn't do all that shit in the air that wins a slam dunk contest. Let me finish.
Okay.
So the question is, if you're him,
Yeah.
and you know you don't dunk like that,
Yeah.
all you know is you're a power dunker.
Yeah.
Why would you put yourself in that position for people to see you're weak? Like, I'm not that person. That makes no sense.
Did you consider Sean Kemp a power dunker?
But he had finesse out this world. He could
That motherfucker-
360. He
That
could do
was
everything.
Nice power dunker.
He's not even in the same boat as
But we don't know what
Greek
creative
the
thing
Freak.
he could possibly.
Yes,
create.
we do,
We
because
don't
he's
know.
not there. He knows that's something that he's not interested in because he can't do it. Believe me, if he knew, first of all, we've seen him play, so I've yet to see that kind of dunk from him. But if he knew he could win that shit, he would be in it. The same way with LeBron James.
Yeah.
The same way with LeBron James. LeBron James knows that even though he has some nice dunks,
Yeah.
he's not that person like Aaron Gordon. That's Aaron Gordon's his name.
Aaron Gordon. Yeah.
He's not that kind of person that's gonna be doing all the shit that wins slam dunk contest.
Right.
There's a big difference in a Dominique Wilkins and say like who'd you just say Greek the Freak. There's a big difference in that.
Why do you think people go to All-Star Weekend?
Why do who? The
All those
basketball
people
players?
Why do we
or the-
watch? Why do people go to All-Star Weekend? I'm talking about just you and me.
No,
You and me.
watching.
You and me.
Well.
Why do we go?
Okay.
And why do we watch?
I'm gonna answer it.
Go ahead.
First of all, watching and going is two different answers.
We can afford to go. So just give me.
No,
one.
Kev, quit answering the questions for me. You asked me the question, right?
Go ahead.
So going, parties and everything. I mean, the city is popping.
Charlotte.
There's
going on.
parties
No
everywhere.
doubt.
So
Yeah.
if you can get into that city
Yeah.
and get a hotel room, your weekend is lit.
Yeah.
You're gonna be going to parties. You're gonna be doing everything. So people, that's a reason. There's people who don't even go to the game,
Yeah.
who just get to the city
Yeah.
and do everything else. Okay, watching is totally different. I watched the slam dunk contest, or I watched the All-Star Weekend. I used to watch it for the slam dunk contest because I wanted to see the best dunkers dunk. Now, mind you, the best dunkers have always been, since, I'm not gonna say always, but from a certain, like I think it was like Nance or somebody. All of a sudden they started these cats skywalking. We call it, you know, you had Skywalker from whatchamacallit, from the Knicks. But all of a sudden these cats start doing all this floating and shit in the air, which was different. If you go back to the first slam dunk contest, them motherfuckers was just powering, bow, bow, just doing, you know, a reverse, a tomahawk, and that's all you had. Then all of a sudden these motherfuckers start 360ing. They started doing all kind of shit with they body, and when you start throwing that in there, because who dunked more than Shaquille O'Neal in the NBA?
Nobody. High percentage.
But who wants to see Shaquille O'Neal in the fucking slam dunk contest?
Nobody.
Exactly. You want to see that. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, but you want to see that kind of that Michael Jordan type of person. So that size, that Kobe Bryant, that kind of size, because that size does so much more.
Yeah.
And when you go too small, like say a Spud Webb, it's amazing, but he only can do so much. You see, he's bouncing the ball. He's got it. Everything is throwing it up there, catching it. He couldn't do too much, dribbling the ball up there and dunking.
Right. It was just because he's short.
Same way what we had with Kenny Smith when he was in there. It's like he did some nice stuff, but a lot of that was catching off of throwing the ball up and stuff. And then you got Sean Kemps in the world who somehow mix power in with the finesse. But once you get past them type of players, and that's what I'm saying, LeBron James, I'm a LeBron James fan, but LeBron James just doesn't have the creativity that goes with his dunks. He does some of the best dunks during a game, but the creativity ain't there. The argument that I give you that's close is somebody like a Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons is somebody. So you got one person. You just name me one person.
I think Jason Tatum could have been creative.
Maybe.
I look.
But
at
maybe
someone-
he doesn't.
I
But
think-
maybe he doesn't consider himself a dunker.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't. I mean, I want to see those young dudes.
And same with Ben Simmons. He
Yeah.
might be that same way. I'm not a
I
dunker.
want to see these young dudes that get out there in the game and they try to do a little finesse, and then take the creativity and go a little further. I really think. What's the dude's name on the Kings? Bagley. I think it's Bagley.
Yeah.
Nice kid, nice dunks, nice everything. I want to see him come out there and being creative because he's probably 6'7".
But that's what I'm saying.
He's probably 6'7", 6'8".
That nigga's taller than that, and
He is?
yes,
Okay.
And on top of that, you don't want to see. He's not that.
I want to see
He's not
Kyle
a dunker.
Kuzma do some dunks. I want to see him try. I want to see all them niggas get out there and be
Kuzma,
creative.
I give you, but when
Maybe Ingram. You know, I don't know. I'm just saying. I want to see
Ingram
the
can't
younger.
Ingram can't even do a fast layup.
I want to see the younger dudes.
Ask Ingram to
get out
give you.
there.
Ask Ingram to do a fast layup.
I
If
know,
he can do
Eric,
a fast
I don't know
layup,
who it is.
if
but
you
I
could
wanna
ask him
see
to
the
do
superstar.
if he can do
on
a
the verge of
fast layup.
superstar, young dudes get out there and try to do something. That's what I want to
But
see.
but I'm trying to tell you that they're not. There's those players aren't out there. There's no superstar players like it used to be. There's no superstar players that should be in the slam dunk contest because our superstars you can count them on a hand and a half. We're talking about Kevin Durant and all them.
I don't need Kevin Durant.
But what I'm
He's already
saying-
past what I want. to see
Okay,
him
but
dunk.
Kevin,
Go ahead.
what I'm trying to explain to you is our superstars, the superstars of the league are only so many.
Yeah.
And you can count them on a hand and a half, is what I'm saying.
I guess I'm saying that wrong. I want to see the rising superstars, the dudes that are young.
But
and
that's
people
what you've
wanna-
seen.
The dudes that
That's what
people
you're
are
seeing.
gonna be kind of dominant.
So every year, that's what you're seeing. You're seeing the Aaron Gordons, I use them again.
Mhm.
You're seeing the Aaron Gordons and them, the rising stars,
Mhm.
come out and do their thing. Unfortunately, the superstars are still holding the spot. Aaron Gordon and them can't move into a spot.
Yeah.
I'm about to say Kevin Garnett. Kevin Durant, Westbrook, all them cats still holding them superstar spots. So
there are our superstars.
yeah, so right now, them cats ain't moving into nothing. So they really can't do nothing. And then you can't blame say, like you said, a Tatum.
Mhm.
You can't blame a Tatum if he says, I'm not a dunk. I don't know what his reason is for not being in there. But if he thinks that he's not a dunker, maybe he's not a dunker. When I think of a dunker, he's not one of the people I think about.
I don't think of him as a dunker either. I just think he's very creative. I've seen him dunk before. I've seen a couple of things. Like what's the kid's name that's coming from Duke?
But you said, see, would you throw
What's
me
the kid's
all?
name
Would
that's
you
coming from Duke?
Zion?
Yeah.
But when you throw
Nice.
and I guarantee you, he'll be in the slam dunk contest
Yeah,
because
that's
that's
the
what.
kind of dudes I want
But
to see
that's
get
what.
in it.
But that's what I'm saying. There's no Zions in there right now. There's no motherfucker slamming like him in the NBA right now.
I think
No,
there's
there is
I
no.
think there are some creative
There
kids
is.
in the NBA.
I'm here to tell you the closest thing you got to a Zion dunking right now in NBA. I'm talking about dunking, just dunking.
Uh-huh.
The closest thing you got to that would be Blake Griffin, maybe a year or two ago. Blake Griffin is the one who just comes out. He dunks. You like, oh my god.
Yeah, Blake was.
Everybody else's dunks. I mean, who's doing shit? We don't see nobody doing no spectacular shit over motherfuckers. That's crazy. Zion is dunking. That motherfucker's jumping his head over the rim. I will give you that, like the Greek freak.
Yeah.
He's had, but the spectacular thing about him isn't the what do you call it, the creativity in his dunk.
Might be
It's
the
that
height.
it's that he gets his whole fucking half his body over the rim.
Yeah.
So-
and that could be exciting. I mean,
That's not exciting.
What's the boy's name? I don't like him at all. I can't stand him, to be honest with you.
Cause he did it during the
What's
All Star.
the
Hang on,
boy's name?
hang on. Steph Curry just threw him a
That
bounce
was
that
nice.
thing.
That bounce dunk.
But
was
it
nice.
wasn't.
That was nice.
But it wasn't. They played it over and
The
over
repeat-
again.
No, Steph Curry's pass was what I was talking about. Was nice.
So he bounced the ball hella high and he caught it and dunked it. The
Yeah.
ball, if this is the rim and y'all can't see me, if this is the rim, the ball was right here. So he didn't even have to do nothing but bring the ball down. He was almost in the cylinder.
Yeah.
All he did was jump super high. And don't get me wrong.
There was another one he jumped.
That's
high.
nice.
Mhm.
That's nice. But that's what we're gonna judge a slam dunk contest on is how high you can jump.
No, I guess I'm basing it on this. Remember when Dwight Howard was in the contest?
Yes.
And he jumped up and put the sticker on the wall? That wasn't exciting. But the other dunks that were creative.
What was
that went
exciting
past
about
them,
that was that nigga jumped up, put the sticker on the
way up,
backboard,
yeah, and then dunked.
and then dunked it.
Yeah.
So when the rest of us are trying to get up to dunk it,
Yeah.
this motherfucker jumped
Had time.
and had time to put a sticker up there and then say, "Oh yeah, while I'm up here, let me dunk it."
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm
so
saying.
no, that's not what you said. You just said that wasn't exciting.
No. I said the dunk itself is not exciting, but
That's
the
pretty
ability
fly,
for
though.
him to put the sticker up at the top of that and then do it, which made the other dudes be creative. They was throwing it off the side of the backboard, grabbing that bad boy, windmilling, and dunking it. I was like, oh my god.
You know what? I
That
just
pushed
thought
him
of
out
something.
Pushed him
I'm
out
gonna
of
leave it alone because I'm arguing with you about dunking,
Yeah.
and we argued that night because you were giving a 9 to some bullshit, and I thought about it, and now I'm thinking
Let's
about
push
it,
on.
so we can't even talk about
Let's
dunking
push on
with
for
you.
dunks. Anyway, since Jordan era wasn't what
Yeah,
I
but
Quit
you're-
calling, and
you're gonna
You
know-
know what? And
Push
quit.
on.
I'm sorry. Quit calling it the Jordan era too, because I don't agree with that.
the Dominique era.
I don't care. Don't call it the Jordan. You
The
call
Dominique
everything
era.
the fucking
the
Jordan
Dominique
era.
Wilkins era. There.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're gonna know
Now, let's go
that
to
cat's
this-
name though.
Let's go to the skills challenge.
That's another thing. Tony Wright.
I'm gonna do
Tony,
Gallo.
when I remember when slam dunk contests names carried,
Yeah.
and for the last 5-6 years, we don't know who won the slam dunk
Yeah.
contest. We gotta look it up.
Yeah. Hamadou.
I don't know who the fuck.
Adalo
I don't
was.
know who.
Diallo.
I don't even.
Hamadou Adalo won the contest, but I don't know who he is.
Tony just like that shit because it's a long ass name, so he like saying the shit.
I
And
don't
it
know
sounds
Hamadou.
African, like my
I
people.
don't know where that nigga from.
Now, we're going to make the
His
skills
people.
challenge short as shit on my part. Y'all can say whatever you want to about it. I don't want to see the motherfuckers do the skills challenge no more if they ain't going to put no effort to it in the story.
It's fun.
Well, I will say the one thing that he right. If you're not gonna go out there and give it a y'all, why do it? But the one thing that killed that effort shit is them fuckers throwing up them half court shots. And like Tatum, that's what he wanted with that. But when them motherfuckers would like you just jogging and all of a sudden a ball flies over your head, it's like chop. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's what you get for jogging. So that was rewarding. The one thing I'm not saying that I like it. Kevin's right what he's saying, but I do like that Tatum won because your ass was half jogging, and he just hit you up with the swap from half court.
Yep.
And since you don't want to work hard,
Fuck you.
take that,
Yeah.
take that, nigga.
That was cool to see Fox up there.
Now,
Fox, yeah, I liked Fox. He was, but I think Fox would have took a little bit more.
he could have had one too. He was jogging.
I think he would have. They trying to be cool, man.
Yep.
So
I don't think they took it. That
I thought he.
seriously.
I thought he would have been a heavy favorite to
fun.
win.
well, you just don't want to look like you trying hard. It's like
Fuck that shit.
I mean, I get it. I mean, we all do it. There's certain things that we do that we might have kind of half-ass
Half-ass.
do shit
That too cool
because
for
we
school
want to
shit.
because we want to seem like it ain't no big deal. You don't want to seem like you stressing over it. Where in real life, if you really take it seriously, you need to be,
Especially being at your first one.
Yeah.
yeah, you need to be knocking. You need to be doing what you're doing. But everybody's, as soon as you show that you playing, you going too hard, it's kind of like a nigga that's at the club that's dancing too hard. It's like why is that nigga
Hammer
dancing
time
so
like a
hard?
motherfucker.
You see niggas out there that's just chilling. You see everybody out there chilling, but you got one nigga over there just. Matter of fact, he's a
Doing
nigga.
hammer.
He's a nigga with the towel
It's
too.
a hammer
He
time.
got a towel.
Cause he knows.
Because he know he just.
Cause he knows.
That nigga came for his
I
workout.
am.
He
Hammer,
he been
the
fire all
workout.
night.
And it's like, why are you dancing so hard? And that's what, and that's what kind of the thing is. As soon as you start trying too hard, you got everybody else who's all your peers that's sitting on the side that's watching. Like, oh, this nigga trying. Look at this nigga. He trying. He think he in the Olympics. Look at him. And that's what's gonna happen. So you don't want to seem like that to your people. But
Right. But when you
to
slack,
us regular folks at the house, we kind of like, man, come on, bro.
don't make a
Do
show.
something to go.
I mean,
I
what you
put money
doing,
on
we
your
could do
ass.
that.
Yeah.
From what they were putting out there, we could do that.
Yeah.
You might as well just have some normal average Joes do that challenge.
Well,
But I'm
you
sure they
know,
probably.
we know-
It's All Star
we know
Weekend,
this-
so who knows?
We know the slam dunk contest would be more exciting because
Yeah.
they would because when you go on YouTube
Ooh, them
and
dudes
you
is
watch them
dunking.
cats on YouTube, that dude that does what number is that?
The 720?
Yeah,
That
the
motherfucker
7. He ain't doing the 360. This motherfucker doing the 720, and you like that motherfucker needs to be in the slam dunk contest. And there's a whole, it ain't just that dude. And I think and that's a white dude too.
Yeah, he balling.
That motherfucker's bad,
Yeah.
but they don't let
Average Joe. And maybe they should.
But they've discussed it before. They even try to have our own show. Remember?
Yeah.
They try to do their own little show,
Yeah.
but it was just bullshit.
NBA.
All right, let's
NBA
get past this
versus
shit. We've
average
been talking
Joe.
this shit
So,
long enough.
that's bullshit. The meat and potatoes of the show was a 3-point contest. We all agree. That
It was
the
kind of
best
cool
shit.
that they were
The
more
three-point
of the
contest was good.
celebrities.
because but that's because of where they were, and they were able to get the Curry brothers in. Which fuck it, we already know it ain't the Curry brothers. They were able to get Steph Curry. That's the one
Pops
that we
and
want
the
to see.
kids. That was pretty
You
cool.
want to see Steph?
I liked it.
Oh, you like that little thing when Dale Curry
That
and
nigga talk shit about it the whole time.
I didn't really like it.
I thought it was pretty cool.
I
didn't even know he had
I thought it
brothers.
was cool too.
I didn't even know.
How you not know? He played for the Kings, nigga. He came for the Kings first.
Bruh, who you
I
talking
don't
to?
know, this motherfucker.
Who are you talking to?
Anyway, anything else that we can get past this?
I'm discovering.
I just want to say that.
God damn.
I'm just wanted to say that the 3-point contest was the most exciting shit of the night.
Who won it?
The chick.
He got it. He looking it up.
This
What
is
did you say?
Because
What did you
nobody
say?
knows this motherfucker.
Nobody knows
The
this
white boy
motherfucker
from the Nets.
This is a.
from Brooklyn.
That's a nigga.
That's what I said. The Nets.
This is
Well, how do you pronounce his name?
Denchik.
I don't know how you pronounce his name.
Denchik.
Anyway, I just call him the white boy from Brooklyn.
Killed him.
Yeah, he killed him.
He killed him.
I can't talk no shit about him. That motherfucker was
Curry
shooting.
with nowhere to be found.
And we all making it like his big name. His name is Joe Harris.
It was, yeah, that's right.
That's what it was.
That's right, because we kept saying that shit. It wasn't nothing big.
It
His
wasn't
name-
no
It was a big name.
Nah,
it was Joe
it
name.
was Joe
No,
Harris.
we thought it was the other
His name
thing,
was
but it wasn't.
Harris.
No, I didn't think that.
It was Joe
but it
Harris.
was at
I
first.
thought it was.
You're thinking about the first shooter. The first dude.
I forgot his name was Joe Harris. Yeah.
The first shooter, he hit that 25 at the
25.
beginning. Yeah, and that
Then
was.
he came back, hit that 26, and what's name came hit it.
But Joe Smith
the-
or whatever his name was.
Just the incredible consistency of Steph Curry, I think, was the highlight for me.
Okay, see,
Even though he
this nigga's a Golden State
all know
Warrior
he a
fan.
shooter.
That's bullshit.
even though
Don't if you
even
going
though-
because you can't give him consistency if you don't give the rest of it. You can't. That can't be your argument that his consistency was great. That was good to me when everybody else gave you the
it
same
can't be my
consistency.
argument
Kev, how can that be your argument?
because Joe Harris did not shoot
Kev.
consistent like that. When he did it on his run.
Kev, how the fuck can that be your argument when they all had to shoot a certain number to get there? So everybody had to hit a certain amount.
Yeah.
He didn't do no more than anybody else did. Matter of fact, he did less. That's
One
why
less.
he
Yes,
lost.
did. Yeah, that's why he lost.
That's why he lost.
Yeah.
So if you're going to give him consistency, you have to give the other two players consistency too because they're in the same spot that he's in.
Okay, let me explain my point before you get mad, like you getting all pissed
No,
off.
I got mad because you raised your
No,
voice like
no,
you was about
no,
to swell up and do
no,
something,
no,
nigga.
Man, I'm not interested in putting my foot nowhere near your ass.
It ain't gonna get over here near my ass, nigga. There's gonna be furniture moving and a whole bunch of shit
Finger.
happening before that fit.
What I mean by consistency,
Foot, that's a finger.
I said foot.
what I mean by consistency is to make them consecutively. Joe Harris made a lot of shots.
He made more shots.
Consecutively, though, is what I meant. Like one after another.
This nigga.
One after another.
It doesn't
That's
make
all I
no
meant.
sense what you're saying. How many shots? So how many shots were there altogether?
I don't know, but I know that he had 26 points and
So-
what's his name had 24 at the
Okay,
end.
so
Steph Curry
what I'm saying is that if what's his name made more shots,
made more shots.
I guarantee you that he's right there in the same area as him as far as consecutive shots go.
Okay.
The difference is that Steph made him at the beginning. He hit them the beginning like swap. He hit that first whole rack and stuff.
Yeah.
And old dude hit his whole rack a little later. So because you're a Steph fan, it feeds you more. Same way when Buddy Hill was hitting his shots. You saw me jumping up and down and shit like Buddy Hill was doing everything.
Yeah, he was nice.
To everybody else, like, man, sit down. Buddy Hill ain't doing all. He's doing something. He ain't doing all that. But to me, because that's my man, I felt like he was hitting everything. But to me, what's his name seemed like he was started nice. I'm talking about Curry.
Huh?
But then that white boy just ate him up. That white boy wasn't missing at the end.
No, he went first, and he made 2 or 3 shots off each rack, and then he got to the last couple of racks and he ran them, which was really nice, right? He ran the last.
So
rack.
in order for him to lose, and we all say he was on a roll for a minute.
Yeah.
He must hit the first 2 racks. The
He
first
made
couple
a
of
few shots out of each rack.
No, that's not what you just see. So
No, I was
changed
telling
it.
you. No, I didn't. I told you the consistency of Steph Curry was what I
You were
liked.
just talking about the Joe Smith, the white boy.
Joe Harris.
Okay,
he
so,
made a few shots out of each rack.
Hang on. What you just said was that he hit a few shots at the beginning and then he ran
The last two.
the last couple racks. Okay, that's what you said.
That's what I said.
So what I said is, okay, if he did that, if what's his name only missed a couple of less than him, then he
Missed
must
one
have
less.
did the opposite. He must have did beginning because I remember watching it. Curry first rack was on fire.
He ran the first rack.
Yeah.
And
So
then he started
he
missing.
did it at the beginning.
Yeah, he started missing.
He did it at the beginning. And for him to be consecutive, you're saying somewhere in there he was consecutive. So he was
Yeah.
so that means he must have did it at the beginning and what's his name did it at the end. And he just came out one shot better.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is if you're gonna say he's consecutive, you have to say I'm sorry. If you're gonna say he's consistent,
Yeah.
you have to say that the other cat is consistent too. You can't say that I love him because he's consistent. The other dude is just as consistent. And he's more consistent because he hit one more shot.
I don't see it that way. But you might see it that way. I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying. I just
No.
said, for me, I mean, and the other part is he consistently missed Steph Curry when he missed. He missed like 4 or 5 in a row. So that's the part that fucked him up, that he didn't hit a shot in between there, which would have had him at least
It's
tied
just
with
crazy
Joe.
that
But when he ran
but
off
what you
5
even
and 6,
saying
he ran
that?
off 5 and
What you
6.
even saying that by him missing
Yeah.
4 or 5 in a row?
Yeah.
For you to turn around and start this conversation with what you loved about him is he's so consistent. When he missed 4 or 5 in a row, that's not consistent.
I'll ask a non-basketball guy, Tony.
Why are you
I'm asking
bringing
Tony.
him in?
I'm asking Tony.
I'm asking you.
Because what I'm saying, because what was exciting to me is to watch him knock down 6 or 7 in a row. That was exciting.
But
It's
a lot
not
of them,
exciting.
but a lot of them
It's not
motherfuckers
exciting.
ran a rack. A lot of them
No,
motherfuckers
it's
ran a
not
rack.
exciting when you make 3 here, 3 there.
No, but what I'm
2
telling you is we
there.
both watched it together.
Yeah,
We saw more than them 2 people run a rack.
Yeah,
We saw
and
Buddy
when I
Hill.
seen him
We saw
run-
Buddy Hill run a rack.
I was excited
We saw-
when he ran the rack.
So
I'm
what I'm
like,
saying.
let's go.
So that's what I'm saying. So if that's all it takes to be consistent, then there's a lot of other motherfuckers that you have to be like their
But they was only
consistency
getting like
was.
17, 18, 19, 20.
Okay, I'm done.
Motherfuckers ran 26,
I'm
27
done.
points.
I don't. So what makes him consistent then?
To be in the contest to battle.
What makes him consistent?
Who, Steph or
Steph.
Harris? Him to run off 7 or 8 in a row.
But a lot of motherfuckers did that. And the
Oh,
one and the boy that won did it more times than he did. So if you to say that about him, you got to say it about
I
him.
keep saying he didn't.
He did.
No, he ran 3 or 4 in a rack, 3 or 4 in a rack, and then he missed.
You need to look that up. If there's a way to look that up, please look that up because
We'll
I
look it up.
guarantee
That'll
you,
be off.
I
We'll bring it up a
guarantee
different
you
day.
that he did it. I guarantee you he did it.
Okay.
Man, I wish I was there with y'all watching that.
You shoulda
Yeah, we
came,
told
shoulda
you.
came, nigga.
We-
You
that
with
act like we didn't
you
tell
with your
you.
girl going to some bullshit.
Yeah, you went to
I
mom's
was
house.
celebrating Chinese
What
New
you doing?
Year's. Hello.
I thought you was black
Bow,
this
bow,
year.
bow. I'm celebrating Chinese New Year with you, Tony. I think that's a great fucking holiday.
Listen.
I thought you was black this year, nigga.
I am black and ease. But
Oh shit!
This motherfucker always mixing some
Shout
shit
out
up
to the
together.
people who celebrated Chinese New
yeah, but
Year.
at the same time,
This
Pops
beautiful
is
thing.
cooking, though. Pops is cooking. I don't care.
Like, did he cook that, did he cook that teriyaki chicken? Did he do that chicken, whatever that
No,
chicken was he
don't
cooks
be
on the
trying
grill?
to- No, but he cooked, man.
I
It could be a bar
I did clean
mitzvah.
I did clean my grill today
That's good.
for getting ready for the season.
It
But
could
you know
be-
what? Never mind.
It could be a bar mitzvah.
Let's push
It
on.
could be Kwanzaa. It could be Ramadan.
Uh-huh.
If he cooking,
I
I'm
mean,
celebrating
Well,
that day.
I
Hey,
have experienced some of Pop's cooking, and I have to agree. Whatever holiday it is, it could be Ku Klux Klan Confederate
the fuck you can.
anniversary. If that motherfucker got teriyaki chicken there, then I'm probably gonna grab me a plate.
He make his own chow mein.
Let's let it go.
I'm good.
No, I'm gonna grab me a plate.
Quick, because we gonna be done with this.
No,
like
we're
you
done.
said.
We're done. We're
no,
done.
we're not. We're not done.
with-
We gotta say
Hang on.
something about it. We gotta
Kevin,
say something
Kevin,
about it.
Kevin, let's just be done with the All-Star thing. We talked long enough about it. There's nothing that you going. I guarantee what you about to ask is not gonna be what we want to talk about. This nigga drunk in hell.
This
Look
motherfucker
how
right
drunk
here.
he is.
This motherfucker right here just, when he
Nah,
cut
lay
you
down.
off.
Okay, go ahead, say it.
I just wanted to say something about the main All-Star game, bro. We
Okay,
didn't
go
even
ahead.
talk about it. You didn't watch it. I just wanted to say.
Okay, you're right. I didn't watch it.
I
so.
just wanted to say that it was a good game. Finally, some motherfuckers put some effort towards trying to win. That was it. I thought that LeBron was going to get blown out. They was getting their ass whooped the whole time. It was good to see them battle back and play some defense and win the game. That's all I want to say.
I can't speak.
We
on
done.
it, so.
Tony, you see the end of that?
No.
All right. Then we done. That's it. Good job. Fuck it.
Did you see the beginning of it?
Nah.
I thought you watched some of it.
No, I watched Saturday,
you watched Saturday
festivities.
Yeah, that was good festivities. Let's push on.
Because you know, you gotta watch out though. In our light skin association, Steph Curry's our shooter. Watch out. We got Trae Young.
Hey, you know, I might be faded, but that
Trae Young, you see him, right?
That motherfucker 2 steps behind me, man. That's his third drink. Told 2 steps behind me.
Yeah,
No, that's his fourth.
I'm a vet.
That's his fourth. I'm on my third.
Damn.
He one above me. So
Get on my level.
I'm gonna let y'all. I'm gonna let
Nah,
Kev
I'm
because
cool.
Kev. I'm gonna let Kev because Kev's the one talking so serious today. So I'm gonna let Kev get on one more serious topic before we get into the bullshit
No,
that we
let's
get
go.
into. Kev, I know you probably want to. I'm sure you get the chance to be serious again about this. First of all, can somebody help me with his name? Jesse Smollett.
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 Yeah.
Okay, so before we get into anything, I got Jesse's in my family. Right?
Okay.
Right, Tone?
Mm.
I ain't never seen Jesse spelled J-U...
Jesse. Jesse.
Jesse. So his name is Jesse? Or
Jesse
is it
Smollett.
Is it Jesse or is it Jesse?
Jesse.
Maybe it's Jesse.
It's got to be Jesse because it's J-U-S-S-I-E.
I thought it was Jesse Smollett.
It's
It's
J.
Jesse.
This is what I'm saying. It's J-U-S-S-I-E.
Jesse.
Okay.
Now, I know
'Cause it's
J-E.
not juicy.
I know J-E-S-S-I-E. I know J-E-S-S-E.
Okay.
I'm sure somebody's out there probably J-E-S-S-Y for all I know. But I ain't never seen Jesse spelled J-U-S-S. Is that something that you think that he changed when he got a little older? Or that's just or he
I
got
have
famous?
no
and
idea.
stuff?
As artist or
Artist,
Is
yeah.
that
I
his
don't know.
name?
Because he is a singer too, so
Singer actor.
the dude look more sexy as Jesse.
Okay.
It fits.
Whatever. So, what's the news on him? Anybody got the news on him?
Supposedly, he hired the 2 dudes to rough him up or whatever it
The
is.
2 bodybuilders?
Or pretend like they roughed him up, and it wasn't really what it was made out to be. Supposedly, he was attacked by 2 people who had Magna hats on. They tried to hang him, and they beat him up and was calling them all kinds of gay slurs and all this other stuff. But the police saying after they interviewed the 2 brothers.
No, okay, let's stop right there for a minute before you go into that part. Tone, what are you? Let me get on the mic. What are you hearing about the beginning before we go into what the police and I come back to Kevin what the police are saying. What are you hearing about the story too? What is your take? What is your take on what you've heard about just the story in general before the police get all involved?
Shit. If anything, I don't know what to believe really.
What did you believe at first when you first heard it?
At first, I thought he
fucked up?
it was a hate crime because he is gay, but at the same time, I'm in that weird position where I'm like, what the freak are you doing out at 2 a.m. getting a Subway? But at the same time,
well, I mean, it's New York, so they be New York never
Chicago.
sleep. Oh, Chicago. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Chicago the same. Ooh, Chicago.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know what
Should be out there too.
neighborhood.
cold as shit at this time.
He's got money.
Nah, he still
He
shouldn't be
gotta
out
live.
there.
Still cold.
Chicago's the
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But at the same time,
Murder
It's killer
capital.
Chicago too.
but it's just these things that just get.
Well, I
it's
mean, if
too
you
much
go, if
information.
you're going out and shit, I guess I can see you out there too.
Yeah, but if it's down the street, it's 2 a.m.
You might have just got home.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
Grab
don't.
a- grab a-
You can do
grab a
whatever the
sandwich.
fuck you want to do with it, whatever anytime. It doesn't mean people to go fucking rob you. But at the same time, it's the story just got a little bit crazy because now it's like
Well,
you
wait.
got footage.
No. Yeah, you going into what Kevin was about to go into.
What?
Go ahead, Kev.
So supposedly the police are saying that the brothers owned up to saying that Jesse hired them to pretend like all this shit happened. They actually beat him up or whatever it is, but he hired them to make this a big whip to do. And it's not real. It was something that he was trying to set up for press, something he was trying to make himself look like a victim. I don't know what else you want to say about it, Tone. I mean, go ahead and stab
the
in
rumor
there.
was that he was about to get written off.
Yeah, that's right.
So he got a little attention to him, so he gets
keep him
that
on.
sympathy. But at the same
and
time,
he's popular, so they keep
right.
him
He's. I don't know why would you want to kill him off.
No, I don't see that either.
Right.
Now, I can see. I'm not trying to. I don't know, but what I'm saying is, I can see anybody getting written off if you're that. Think about it for a minute. I don't even want to go into that part. I want to bring it up later, but if you're a problem, say his character might be great, but behind the scenes you demanding I should be making this much, and I want my trailer should be this big, and that, if you like that type of person that's just that, that pain in the ass, then shit, they might be trying to show like, what, you think that you all that, but we'll write your ass off, and bring somebody. So I'm not gonna say I can't see why they want to write him off, and it's even though the stories that we were hearing were saying that the successful show Empire is went down since it's not as far. People ain't watching it like they used to watch it the first two seasons.
I think I was done 3 seasons.
I was done it 2. So I ain't watched it. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know who alive and who ain't, but it's not what it was. So I can see them writing them off maybe.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying they would, but I'm just saying I could see if they were.
I get it, but at the same time, what's his name? Daniels.
Lee Daniels.
Lee Daniels came to his defense.
Yeah, I mean that's after he got beat up supposedly, right?
Because
who wouldn't though?
Yeah, but the thing is the funny part about it is that those two guys have a YouTube channel, and they were, I guess, on the show as extras.
One of them was, I think.
Yeah, they're like bodybuilders or something.
I mean, if not, you got something else you wanted to say?
No, I'm not.
So this is my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I think. There's a couple of things. First of all, when I first heard the story, I just thought, damn, that's fucked up.
Me too.
You get jumped like that and da. And, he threw in the Magna hat. I'm not saying it's not true yet. I'm just saying at that point, he had threw in the Magna hats and threw in they were saying stuff like, make America great. They were saying little shit, that was hating on like Trump. They were Trump supporters. So that, in hindsight, I'm thinking back like, dang, that's putting a lot on it a little bit. It's kind of like who does? Yeah, it's like who does all that? If they gonna beat your ass, they beat your ass. But the other thing, also, is you start thinking about hiring somebody to whoop your ass, and I have to think to myself, because they wouldn't have, like, at the beginning. I'm not too familiar with the case, but didn't he go to the hospital and stuff? And
yeah,
they had him all sewed up and shit. They had him all like bandages on him or some shit.
The reports was he went home.
Oh, he didn't go to the hospital?
I thought he went to the hospital. They said his agent came and got him from the hospital.
Yeah, he went home.
Oh, okay.
First?
And he still had the noose around his neck.
Okay, see, okay.
Oh, that's over the top.
Well, let's say this then. That makes more sense towards this is bullshit. Because if the motherfucker went to the hospital, I'm like, I'll be damned if I'm pay somebody to whoop my ass that good. Now, you could come over, like, because also while he was getting jumped, he was also supposedly on the phone with his agent. He was on the phone with his agent when it happened.
Right.
So I'm thinking, at that point too, okay, it's 2 o'clock
fuck
in
is
the
on
morning.
the phone with his agent?
It's 2 o'clock in the morning. He's talking on the phone with his agent. I'm like, what the fuck they talking about at 2 in the morning? But like I say, you hiring somebody to whoop your ass that good, but supposedly, like he said, he didn't go to the doctor. He went to the thing, keeping the noose around his neck. Like, I didn't know that.
I didn't know he kept the noose around his neck.
That's some extra shit.
He went home.
Extra shit too.
So check this out. So he went home and they found the Subway wrapper. So he ate.
Oh, so he ate after he got his ass whooped.
That's when the cops got there. There was
okay,
a wrapper, a Subway.
So he wasn't that hurt that he couldn't eat.
Yeah.
So you just got your ass. Hang on, Kev, you just went to Subway and got jumped by 2 motherfuckers who beat your ass and called you all kind of motherfuckers, and you were able to go home and to be so mad and ass whooped. These motherfuckers, and you eating your sandwich. Like,
you gotta see this motherfucker. I wish you could see him.
He had a noose around your neck.
And with the noose around your neck, you just like, oh, I'm eating this sandwich with the noose around my neck, and these motherfuckers just beat my ass. So that was the other thing that kind of caught me. That it was just me. I'm not saying I ain't heard this nowhere else, but there's a part of the conversation, the interview where they're talking to him, and he says, yeah, he called me a so and so. I don't know, he said faggot or he said something like that. He said, and then he hit me. So I hit the motherfucker back.
Yeah, he said he fought back.
No, but at this point he said, so I hit the motherfucker back. I hit his ass back. That's what he said. I hit his ass back. And I'm thinking to myself, you're playing yourself up to be, the tough guy. Mm-hmm. That's like, you quit playing tough guy. Come on, bro.
2 motherfuckers jumping in the middle of the night.
Mind you, these is 2. I just seen the pictures of these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
These is two
big swole
big
Nigerian motherfuckers.
You know what's fucked up about this? This is fucked up, and I hate this shit about myself, and I hate this shit about black people in general. Uh-oh. When I heard the Magna hats, I thought they was white. I never thought that they was black.
We seen surveillance pictures of
the
2 images.
I thought that was out in the beginning. That
they might have, but I didn't see the images. So initially, when I heard about the Magna hats, I thought they were white, and that's fucked up to think.
That's not fucked up. I don't see no brothers wearing Magna hats.
That's what I'm saying, but that's kind of stereotypical shit we think.
That ain't
that's how white people think too.
How's that stereotypical?
Come on, man. When people talk about Magna hats, we don't really think black people.
But that's what I'm saying. How is that stereotypical though?
Yeah,
that's because the black people don't wear Magna hats.
But that's the same shit when you hear about a crime and some motherfucker.
No, that's not the same shit.
Wait a minute. When you hear about a crime,
that is not the same. That is not the same shit. That is not the same.
Unfortunately,
me for my car.
You will see.
That's not the
brothers and sisters at a Donald Trump rally.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, you see them there, but I'm talking about when you see motherfuckers out wearing Magna hats. Yeah. It's the same thing as when you see a white person with a Confederate flag on their car.
Yeah.
It's not a stereotype. They're making a statement.
Yeah.
That's a statement.
But you don't think that we always think that white people are related to Magna hats?
No.
Even though it's Kanye, don't get it twisted.
Listen. I'm not see, you're saying it wrong. I know what you're saying. You're saying it wrong. I'm not saying that white people are related to I don't believe white people are related to Magna hats.
Okay.
Now do I think that white people are the only people who wear Magna hats? Yes. Now, I'm sure there's a couple of fools out there that's put one on.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is,
I know a person, yeah.
What I'm saying is that when you put on a Magna hat, when white people put on a Magna hat, they're making a statement.
Yeah.
Number 2, when a white person puts a Confederate flag either hanging off their vehicle or a sticker on their car, they're making a statement. Especially, I want to really make this point.
Stick it to him.
Especially in California.
Yeah.
There is no reason, if you living from California, to be riding around with a Confederate flag
in California
hanging off of your truck, waving, if you're not trying to say something about what you believe this world should be, what you believe what America should be.
For sure.
You're not even related to that. You live in California. So maybe if you was in Georgia, state flag or something like that, like
Alabama,
you might get some type of pass, maybe. But I'm saying, you in Seattle, you in California, you here, there's no reason for you to be wearing that unless you're making a statement. And that's what I'm trying to say about that Magna hat. When you see somebody wearing that which yet, I'm gonna tell you, to show you, and another thing, to show you how I really believe in what I'm saying about that Magna hat, I only can speak about myself. I ain't seen one motherfucker, except for on TV, wearing a Magna hat? When's the last time you was at a store? When's the last time you was out somewhere and you saw somebody wearing a Magna hat?
Not in person. I've never seen it.
So
I've seen somebody wearing one.
No, hang on. So you've seen a motherfucker wearing a Magna hat.
I know a dude that wears a Magna hat. He don't work for me no more.
He lives here in Sacramento.
He worked for me.
Kev, you're not lying.
Damn, I wish I could call this brother right now.
Because the reason why I say that is because we all live here in California, right? And this is what the second biggest state.
If I use his first name, it won't be a problem, right?
If you say you know somebody, you know somebody.
Oh yeah, I know somebody.
So what I'm saying is,
I know somebody.
What I'm saying is like we out here every day, and we would, out of the three of us, if somebody had a Magna hat, well, you've already said you saw one. Yeah. So out of me and Tony, if somebody had a Magna hat on, it would stand out so much to us. There's no way in the world we forget it. It wouldn't be something that just goes past you. Oh, no. And I haven't seen not one person, not one. So that just makes it that much more potent when somebody puts on one. Mm-hmm. They're really making a statement because they're out there and nobody wears them.
And this is really gonna blow your mind more.
Before you say that motherfucker who was wearing it that you know, he was, to me, he would, if he wore that shit around you, he's saying, "Look at my hat, nigga."
Okay,
that's exactly what he's saying. So that's gonna make it
even more of a valid point. This person is black. He is a straight man. I swear on everything I love. I wish I could call him up right now.
You could
and ask him.
Call him.
I wish I could call him
because you know why I say that? Because it has to be some type of joke. It has to be something Kevin, it has to be something that he thinks is funny, or he's throwing it back. There's no way in the world that he's a Trump supporter wearing what that stands for. There's no way in the world as a black man he's doing that.
I'm gonna give him a call and see if he'll answer.
But you gotta tell him he's on the show.
No. Or you can cut deposit.
Hey, Mr. Guy, how you doing?
Good. What's up?
Hey, man, I'm on my podcast right now. I had to call you up for a second. We were talking about your boy Donald Trump. And I know you love the Republicans. I know you're a Trump lover. And I was talking about the Magna hat and how you love it. That's your thing. You came in to work with it. You don't work for me no more and all that. But you really believe in Trump's policies and his things, right?
Well, yeah.
What's his name?
My friend Eric. He's over. This is Anthony.
What's his last name?
Anthony. I ain't gonna say his last name.
I'm sorry.
I ain't gonna say his last name.
Mr. Anthony. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. The only question I had was that do you truly stand behind what the Make America Great Again hat stands for? Is that something that you stand behind?
Yeah, Make America Great. Yeah.
No, don't you can't say Make America Great. It's very important that you put the again, because they're saying they want to go back to a certain time where it was great. So I just want to ask you, so you do believe that in the statement, Make America Great Again?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you believe that, Anthony?
And I just want to say for the record, and you are a black man.
I hope so.
Okay.
He is.
Okay.
Hey, I was trying to tell you you're a strong believer in Trump. Why do you believe?
I am.
Well, you don't have to go. You don't have to go into.
Anthony, I appreciate you answering the phone.
You proved your point, and I said, Mr. Anthony, I said that.
Okay. Hey, Kevin, I'm come see you guys on Thursday, man.
All right, that's much love to you. I'll talk to you later, bro.
Okay, later.
Bye. Go ahead, Eric. You say what you say.
So, and this is no disrespect to Mr. Anthony.
Yeah.
Mr. Anthony. This is no disrespect to Mr. Anthony, but I just gotta say, when I see Mr. Anthony, I'm gonna slap the shit out of him, because that's the stupidest shit that I ever heard in my life, bro. That's the dumbest shit that I've ever edited. Do not edit it. That motherfucker sat on, even though we ain't got that many viewers, don't stop me, Tony. We ain't got that many listeners, but for a black man to sit there and say that he wants America great again, to bring it back, anything going back is just wrong. And he needs to be slapped until shit fall out his ass.
All right.
It ain't all right.
All right. I didn't say all right. I said
That's the most. That's
Okay.
That's the. You know what? What? I've never ever in my life felt so ashamed of another black man in my life. That man just sat there and said that not only is he I know I'm loud, I'm probably hot on there, but I'm sorry. But this motherfucker just said not only is he a Trump supporter, but he wants to make America great again. And when I cleared, because he said great.
I told you.
And I said, you know what? I want you to make sure we put again in there. And he said yes.
Yep. I told you.
now.
I told you.
Hold on.
That's how he was.
Hold on. Now this
I'm not knocking him.
this is the podcast where we always try to have a devil advocate. Hold on. No. You are not cutting me off. Hold on.
Bullshit.
No.
This,
Eric.
I'm pulling rank.
No.
I'm pulling rank.
No. Hold on.
Go ahead, Tom.
Yes, put that motherfucker aside. Hold on.
You better get another drink. You better get another drink.
Fair. We are fair here. He did not explain. He didn't have the time to explain what he meant about making America great again.
I've talked to Anthony
now,
extensively.
How is he an older gentleman?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
He's probably he served in the Navy.
He's from a different time.
Yeah, he believes.
I want to know, Tony. I want to know at what point are we talking about? What point is he talking about that he wants to make America that way again? At what point?
He's really into the power of America being a strong
Okay,
nation.
at what point, as a black man, does he want America to go back to?
I don't know that.
That's the part because I'm thinking about my lifespan, and I want you to consider. I want you. He's a good guy. I want you to consider your lifespans.
Yeah.
At what point? It don't matter how great we had it in life. Oh yeah, 1995, I had a Monte Carlo that was but we talking about as America. At what point do we want to go back to that a black man had it better than they have it right now?
I don't remember that point.
I
don't know.
That's crazy to me.
Yes. But I get it, but at the same time, it's...
You just been black for 2 months, nigga, so you can't really speak on...
You can't tell me how to speak.
I can't tell you how to speak, nigga.
You can't tell me how a black man speak.
Eric always put me on blast when I try to tell him about certain things. He'd be like, no, that really ain't true or whatever. And I can never get a chance to show him because it's like, those people might not be somebody I can get access to. It might be old shit. But it was a good thing that I was able to pick up that phone today and say, okay, I'm going to show you that. But you know what, Tone? I just don't get an opportunity to
you
do
know what?
things.
I still stand on what I said. I think that he's that exception.
He is an exception.
But we all watch Boondocks.
Yeah.
We all know the neighbor with the patch on his eye. What was his name?
Uncle Ruckus.
Exactly.
Ruckus.
And exactly that's who that reminds me of. What that reminds me of.
Listen. This is, like I said, this is the show where it's fairness.
Bullshit.
He did not have the time to explain it.
Fairness.
He might be the brother that says we need productivity back here. Remember how they sent all those jobs overseas?
Okay. But
America
said,
first.
But I purposely said
again
as a black man. Now I'm throwing race into it. So as a black man, when was America so great that you wanted to go back to it? And that's the part that shocks me. Yeah, we all can talk about like you said, the bringing jobs back to America. Right. We could talk about shit. I don't know, the market. The stock market when things were great for America, or shit. We can go back. Yeah, we can go back to a lot of
Detroit
shit. We can go
popping.
back exactly when America had good times. But when was it good for black men? Is what I'm saying. And so when you hear white people say we want America great again, it's like to me it's a slap in the face because it's kind of like you want to go back. And I guarantee you, if you ask the motherfuckers, they'll say the early 50s, 40s, or whatever they'll say,
Man.
and it'd be crazy. Like, fuck, I ain't going back to the 50s and 40s when you used to be able to slap me on the back of the neck and tell me to get your shoes.
Hell yeah, that's not happening.
You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna happen. So,
Yeah.
but I guarantee you, I'm not gonna say a majority of white people because we all, like, once again, we live here in California, and living here in California, we all have white friends, and I have white friends that I think highly of.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, I have white friends that I grew up with. That I even have white friends that I'll call brother. My boy Justin. I can say his last name, but my boy Justin, that's my brother. But what I'm saying is that
Shout out to Justin Timberlake.
I don't want to do the whole name.
You would tell everybody who he was, right?
shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. When you hear white people say shit like that, it just, you have to, as a black man, Tone, as a black man, you
All right
have
now.
all right now. That has to go through your mind. You got to think to yourself, what the fuck are you trying to get back to?
Yeah,
Because
that's the same thing I said. That's the Make America Great Again. The again part is what I was like.
and you know what? And
fuck?
okay, and all right, I say sorry to Mr. Anthony if he's still listening. He probably got mad and cut this shit off. But
Respect your elders.
if he's still listening, I was a little upset, so I did fly off.
I'll take the slap out.
But yeah, I ain't gonna slap you. I don't do that. That's just disrespectful. I wouldn't dare be disrespectful like that, putting hands on motherfuckers.
Well,
but
that's
I
your
will
Post
say,
Malone.
bro, that I gotta question your thinking. But other than that, you know, think
To
what
be
you want.
fair, though.
Yeah, you ain't on my side.
Hey, he's a good dude.
I ain't picking you on my team.
He's a
To
good
be
dude.
fair, he didn't
we
explain
ain't
his
being fair.
No, he's a good dude.
opinion.
Fair,
No,
man.
by all
Ain't no
means,
good
he's a
dude.
But you said he wore the hat.
He ain't no good
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Ain't no brother put on a hat
Hey,
and a
man,
good dude.
he-
Kanye a good dude.
What about?
I don't know if Kanye.
No.
I don't know Kanye.
That nigga, we already decided 5 shows ago he wasn't good.
I don't fuck
You
with
said he
Kanye.
wasn't good.
I don't like Kanye. I don't fuck with Kanye.
But
so
you
I
fuck
don't
with
know.
Anthony.
Anthony, he grew up on a different time than me, so I don't know what his.
He's
whole-
older.
So
If
If
it's
it's
your
military-
dad wear a Magna hat?
Hell no.
My dad ain't wearing no Magna.
The military and what his
We ain't
belief
gonna talk
is,
about
my
Tony.
dad-
We ain't talking about
power
Tony.
and position,
My dad
he
is
does it-
not
he
wearing that
explains
shit.
We ain't talking about Tony.
I don't agree with his policies. I don't agree
That
with
nigga's
his
in the
political
mob.
views, but that don't make him not a bad dude. You know?
My dad is not
Can't
wearing
speak
no
on
MAGA.
Tony's dad. He's in the mob. So
Black mob.
anyway, how much time we in?
Go ahead, give him the question. I know
Don't
you
worry
got a
about
question of the day.
I ain't
Leave it
got
at
enough
that.
questions of the week. I ain't got
You
enough
got no
questions.
questions
Y'all
of the
watch
day. I
something?
just got some stuff.
Y'all watch anything?
I ain't
None?
watching nothing. So I watched some old shit.
I got a couple. No, I didn't. Well, you watch? Hey, you know what? I did watch something.
What?
And I know y'all don't watch it, so but I got a question that comes out of it. One
Okay.
of my questions. So before you start sighing and shit, Tony, I gotta say, second episode of the new season, Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm a
right.
little disappointed. Now you gonna come back? I need to ask you a question.
I'm here. I'm not going nowhere.
You pushing the microwave though?
I'm pushing the microwave because I don't know nothing about Walking Dead. I'm listening.
Okay, but you
I'm
know
standing up because I just need to, move
Sober?
my legs.
you finished or you almost done.
I'm almost sober. So go ahead.
He's almost over. Go ahead.
So I wanted to ask you guys because this goes through my mind all the time. That's probably one of the reasons why I watch The Walking Dead, because I told you once before that I was never a zombie fan. Matter of fact, Tony's the one that kind of, I used to have questions like, so why can't they run fast? And why in this movie they run fast and in this one they walk slow? And Tony used to break it down for me about different zombies and shit. So he knows way more about zombies than I do.
I'm
So
ready.
So I've never been like a zombie person, but I do love The Walking Dead. So my question, and this is the thing I always think about, is if Walking Dead was real.
Yeah.
So first of all, as us three, so right now, if Walking Dead happened right now, and there's nobody but me and you, and it's just us three in this room. So as far as we know, everybody outside of this room is dead.
Okay.
They're zombies. So that means, our families and everything is zombies.
Right.
The first thing I got is, what's the what's the issues we got with each other? So what I mean by that is, I'll go first. My thing would be with this is what we talking about earlier. My thing is what we was talking about earlier when we was talking about, you said, Tony, you play basketball? You played sports? And he was like, and Tony was like, yeah, I played. My issue with Tony would be, I don't know if Tony's athletic enough. So hey, let me finish. So I would be like, damn. But what Tony brings to the table is kind of what I was talking earlier. Tony know all about this shit. So Tony's a person that you kind of got to protect because he knows all about this. Nobody else knows about the apocalypse. Shit, this motherfucker,
Eric, man,
this motherfucker know all this shit. Kevin, on the other hand, Kevin's plus would be is, just like he had me digging holes for the fence post. This motherfucker knows how to do everything. So you're gonna need. So when we need to figure out, situations or what we, are setting up shop somewhere and stuff, this motherfucker can tell us, we need to, set up right here. We need to put boundaries up and do this and that. So I got that from him. But that fucker will flip flop like a motherfucker. So you can't trust him to hold ground or anything. This motherfucker say one thing and then in the same sentence be on the other side.
That
so it's like I do listen to the episodes.
Okay, listen.
So you got that. So that would be my situations with. So it's us three as a team. So of course I don't have no opinion of myself, but
You scary ass.
well, I can give you an opinion, but y'all ain't
Tone.
gonna agree with me.
Tone, what do we do?
Y'all ain't gonna agree with me.
Hey, he gonna say that as he's running.
So
So
that's the first.
But in the same token, we gotta talk to them motherfuckers. That nigga gonna give it a
So
opinion.
that's the first question I had about the zombie. What is it called? Apocalypse, Tom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what would be your issue with your teammates? What are you thinking in your mind? You're like, shit, this is who I got to work with.
Well, seeing that you like running,
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
you might run off.
Nigga, why did I start running? Where y'all?
Yeah.
Listen to the
Oh,
episode.
come on, they
Listen
told
to
the
the
story.
episode.
Hey,
I don't need you.
I was young
I don't
then,
need
though.
that shit.
I was young. Go ahead. So that's your issue with me is I'm a runner.
Yeah, but I'm just playing.
No, you ain't.
I'm just playing.
He did his
I'm
hand
just
like, yeah,
playing.
shut up. I'm just
I'm
playing.
just saying. No, I think with Eric, it's fuck as usual. He be trying to, he know everything. He be trying to tell you, no, Tone. It is not the apocalypse. There's only a million crazy people out there.
Look, I'm about to disagree with his feelings right now. I'm like, nah, nigga, you wouldn't feel like that because.
See what I mean?
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna tell him it's the apocalypse. Nah, Tone, they sick. So he gonna tell me what the fuck is going on, even though I know it's the zombie apocalypse. Kev, he's gonna be like, so do we build a fence around this motherfucker or something? Nah. I said we
He gonna be like, yes,
Yeah.
no.
Eric,
yes.
he gonna look at Eric. Eric, what should we do? Eric was like,
No, he gonna answer.
hey, they sick. They sick.
He'll answer. He'll say Eric, and before I say whatever he think I'm gonna say, he gonna be like, yes. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Devil's advocate, nigga. Gotta play it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the issue because now it's like I'm telling y'all, it's a zombie apocalypse. That's 5 of them, but there's like a 100,000 behind these motherfuckers. Can we go?
All right.
We need to go.
Kev.
Shit. My issue, I guess my issue would be.
It ain't gonna be an issue. Just what kind of position do you think you in with as his team?
I think I would, much as you want to believe it, if Tony's the one who has the most information, I'm gonna be happy as fuck that he knows something to maybe make us survive. So I'm gonna roll with Tony.
But you know, Tony be thinking sometimes he too
he
cool.
know more than I know though. So I'm gonna be like, shit, Tony, you the expert.
I mean, I'm trying to change you because he thinking he too cool
you ain't
though.
Gonna change me. I'm gonna believe
change you.
I'm gonna believe if you know something, you know more than I know. So I'm gonna roll with you on that.
I just trying to try that nigga. He's flipped.
Nah,
He trying to try you.
Yeah.
In the zombie apocalypse,
as much as
he
he
tested.
believe that shit, nah. And
Alright.
Eric,
Here
you know
we
the
go.
funny part
Here
about
we go.
Eric though, and this is gonna probably shock
Here
y'all.
we go.
I would think Eric would be a strong member in this shit because I feel like Eric would try to see both sides.
Man, fuck yeah.
Oh, you must.
I've been watching Walking Dead forever. I'm telling you, I know this shit.
This is his thing. He would be like, here's the argument we have against what Tone's saying, and here's the possibilities.
Speak,
so that
bro.
nigga say that
nigga-
I'm
that
the
nigga tell
flip
the
flopper,
truth
but
right
he
now.
always try to bring both sides of the motherfucker.
Bars.
He always try to see both sides of the coin.
That's
So don't
right.
sit there and tell me that shit.
That's right.
So anyway,
Wow.
so I would say that was a positive. For
See,
the
I
nigga.
see right now,
We're
Kel.
all
I
dead.
see right now, Kel. We gotta get rid of Tony.
Think that a bitch. No, we ain't.
Yeah, we gotta get rid of that nigga.
No, we ain't.
He the weak
Tone
link.
don't know what
You
he's
the
talking
only
about.
one know
He
what
the
he
weak
talking
link.
about.
We gotta get rid of
I'm
him.
like, no, you gotta go first, bro.
Oh, you gonna get rid of me before Tony?
I can build some shit. I'm gonna keep
You gonna get rid
We
of
out.
me before Tony?
We out.
Tone
You know what?
Let me add on to that question.
Fuck you.
What's
Next week when I had this show, I'm gonna have 2 new niggas.
Go ahead, nigga. As long as you got some money to record.
I got your house. You know,
Man, y'all be in the kitchen with some
you know who the
laptops.
new one of them niggas gonna be?
Stupid.
So now,
Hey, she don't know nothing about shit. in
that's
this.
all right. We be up in this motherfucker.
I just
I wish
need
she
to
would
know
come to
that
my
he
house.
gun qual.
Who?
He gun qual. You gotta get gun qual.
Oh yeah, you gonna
You need to
qualify,
get
brother?
gun
What the
qual.
fuck does that mean?
Gun qual?
Can you?
Can you shoot?
Who, me?
Gun
Yeah.
qualified.
I mean, we
Can you
both
shoot?
You
we
should know by now.
we were in the service.
You should know by now.
I ain't never saw you shoot no gun, nigga.
You ain't,
I know you a black belt, but I ain't never see you shoot no gun.
Yeah, there ain't no hot child,
you
no
been over
brains.
Bruce ain't never got
you
shot
been
in the
over here when
chest.
I've been pulling them out.
I'm just saying, can you shoot him though?
I shoot good
I need
enough.
headshots.
I shoot good
need
enough.
all headshots.
All right, so and I don't want to go too deep. I got some more questions, but another thing to go with that is like, so there's always a bunch of questions that go with me when I'm watching this shit. I always see that the vehicles that they're using and stuff. So if you could choose one vehicle, now mind you, that vehicle you still can, you're gonna have to do some upgrades on them to, you know, do what you want to do. But what vehicle would that be to ride around in an apocalypse? Because if you watch it, you realize that you need certain vehicles to get through. I mean, eventually you ain't gonna be using no more because gas is, you know, running all the way out. But
Some sort of
Oh,
Hummer.
the power's out. That's
SUV. See, I was going. It's got to be like an SUV
SUV
probably
Hummer.
because you
Yeah,
got to
big
get.
Hummer.
You need high ground to get
High
over high
ground.
ground.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you think about Hummers,
Something
They-
like that.
yeah, but they not dependable.
A military Hummer?
I drove them for 4 years, so I know.
okay. Well, I don't know.
No, they
Military
use up a
Hummer.
lot of gas, bro.
And they yeah,
Hopefully,
they,
we
big.
can make that motherfucker.
or I mean, I see what you're saying
Yeah,
about
something
that.
big.
But
I need something big.
see, I was gonna go with the.
Those
I know it
gas.
sounds funny
Mhm.
because I'm thinking about dependability.
Mhm.
I was gonna go with the Toyota Land Cruiser
That might be. That's depending.
because just because it's dependable because it got a Toyota engine in it, and then the Land Cruiser originally was made to go 4-wheeling and do all that stuff. Same way with the Mercedes G wagon
Mhm.
and that what's the other one? And the original Range Rovers was made. Remember when we used to go over there to what was the name of that Cadillac dealership over there on Hubacher? Wasn't it Hubacher
That's
Cadillac?
Chewbacca.
Hubacher,
There's only-
yeah.
there's
Remember
only
they
one
used to have
Cadillac over here,
they're the
Chewbacca.
only one that had the little mountain that they let you drive up the damn
Oh,
thing
yeah,
was
that
all
little
fucked
thing.
up.
You
Yeah.
test it out. You
It
test
was
out the-
made to go over all that shit. So I mean I shouldn't have said all that because I just answered all that.
Mhm.
What the fuck's wrong with this nigga, man?
he on the vibe. I would. Nah, I'm getting me a Brinks truck.
Damn.
You know what? He right.
That's
That
it
armored because they got
wrong.
them armored vehicles.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they too heavy to go up over anything though. They're going through shit, but they're not going up over
Nah,
nothing.
man. It's all freeway. It's all road. I can't go off road. You gotta hit.
You gotta go off road, nigga.
No.
Have you been watching it? You gotta go off road, bro.
No. I'm heading straight
Okay,
highway.
I give you at the Brinks truck. You said
I already
what'd you
got it.
say?
I'm a Hummer.
Hummer, and I'm going with the
Land
Land Cruiser. They gonna get my ass. So it is, and we can go on forever because I got a whole bunch of questions on that stuff. But that's just me loving loving that show. Real quick too, just a real quick one. Damn it, I'm gonna save that one for later. Real quick one though is give me something that you've never done or never had. The original question was never had that we'd be shocked about. So, for instance, like I go first again.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably amazing that I'm as old as I am. I ain't gonna say my age, but I'm in my 40s. Yeah, I'm in my 40s. He got hit because he looked at me a certain way, Kev. You didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in my 40s, and I've never, ever had a Big Mac. Never in my life.
Yeah, you don't want one.
But I mean, have you guys had a Big Mac?
Yeah.
Have you had a Big Mac?
Yeah.
I've never ever had a Big Mac in my
you
life.
Don't want one. That $1,000 is gonna kill you.
That's the reason why I ain't never had one. I don't
There's
like
a lot of-
cheese.
there's a lot of-
Don't like Thousand Islands.
Yeah,
That special sauce. I
a
don't
lot
like
of
that shit.
onions in there.
I like onion.
No, yeah. You know,
I just don't like the special sauce.
Mhm.
So I've never ordered a Big Mac.
special sauces. Thousand Island.
It's special sauce, nigga.
No, no.
That's good.
Anybody, y'all, can y'all think of something that?
Oh yeah, I got something.
What you got?
I've never tried recreational drugs, ever.
So hang on. So what is recreational drugs?
Weed.
You've never tried weed ever.
Yeah,
I got contact high, like I've been in the room when they're smoking weed.
You've
like,
never put your
I've
lips on it
never,
though.
Never,
even though that was
ever.
illegal.
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
You know what? I can believe them because I'm not that far from that.
Yeah.
I've only tried it. I've only myself tried it maybe for real. Maybe 3 times. I'm going twice, but I give it 3 just to play the upper. The one time I tried it, I was at a party in Green Haven, and and because I was drunk, were you there,
What
Tony?
the fuck that?
I don't know if Tony was
I
there.
would have known. I would have known.
I was
Well, at least I
drunk.
remembered.
You know, your already decisions are already kind of influenced. So I was kind of like, yeah, I'll try it. You know, everybody else was doing it. And I think there were some good looking chicks there.
Yeah.
That-
that's
so you
probably
know
the
what?
reason I would have probably
Tony
tried it.
wasn't there because this was back when I think that Tyrone and them was I was hanging with my boy Tyrone and them. But so yeah, I tried it then. And then shit, the other time was, you know what? I've only tried it twice. And the other time was when I ain't gonna name some names on this one because people still around. But motherfucker gave me a little something just to try, and it sat at my house for shit. It sat at my house for probably a year. No, not that long. Maybe 2 months. And I finally,
Damn, that's a far cry. Nigga, a year for 2 months?
yeah, I was gonna say a year because we had another bag. My wife went to the ATM machine one night. Did I tell you about that? Went to the ATM machine one night, and when my wife went up there, she looked down on the ground, and somebody had dropped a little dime bag of weed, right?
Mhm.
Oh.
And so Serena picked it up, and she brought it back, and we're like looking at it, and we're like, we already don't smoke, but on top of that, we ain't smoking nobody else's shit that we don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, it
Late
smells
But
like
we-
it.
But we brought it home. We brought it home. It did smell like, but we brought it home, and I remember I hid it,
Mhm.
and about last year, I was dusting and went up high to dust somewhere, and that little baggie came down, and I looked at it and I opened up the little baggie, and that motherfucker was like sawdust. It was so dry.
Oh yeah,
So
that's
that shit was so dry and shit.
Yeah,
But
threw that
but
shit
that
away.
was like shit, a year or 2 years old.
Mhm.
But the other time was it was that somebody hooked me up, and I tried it one day when I was at home by myself, and I remember saying to myself, because the first time I tried it, I didn't really inhale it. I was just smoking it, like puffing and blowing the shit out. And I didn't feel nothing. Plus I was already drunk. This time I did it sober, and I made sure that I inhaled it the best way I thought inhaling was. And I ain't never been more paranoid in my life
Mm-hmm.
for that. I don't know. It felt like forever, but it's probably like 30 minutes, maybe. I don't know what it was. It probably wasn't that long, but
Yeah.
that's only 2 times I tried it. Go ahead.
Tony?
I don't know shit. Viagra?
You ain't
No,
never
I
tried Viagra?
No, I ain't tried that either.
Hell no.
So I ain't tried Viagra, but I'll try. What is it called? The shit that's in Viagra?
Cialis?
No, Cialis is another brand.
I don't know, nigga.
It's called. It starts with an S, or some Senilidel, or some shit. That's what the main ingredient is in it. And I mean, since we putting it out there, so I tried it, and I tried it because I thought that it, for some reason, I just figured that if you're not having any issues, that if you take it,
Make
you
shit
just
better?
yeah, you're just gonna be Superman up in the bedroom, right?
Knock that shit
Yeah, I just figured that shit, I'm doing all right. If I take this, I'm really gonna be good, right? Cause you hear the jokes about 4 hours, and all that shit.
A lot of young motherfuckers do that shit though.
I know
they
they
do
in my
that shit.
family.
They love
That's who I got the information from.
Yeah.
So I did it. I took the shit, and truthfully, I ain't noticed no difference. None. So my thing
dose
is,
is
come to
probably
find
not
out, oh man, I took the max dose.
Okay, well, but there it is.
But my thing is, remember, it wasn't Viagra. It was the stuff that's in Viagra. So I'm taking because when what do they call it now? When it's not brand name no more, it's generic. So it went generic now. So I tried the generic version of it. Somebody told me that you got to try Cialis. Cialis is something different. It keeps you Cialis. You can take Friday and it lasts until like Sunday, and it just whenever you're ready. Yeah. So, but this, I think because, like I say, because I think that, and I'm not for sure. Somebody might want to say different, but I think that if you having issues with,
it worked for you.
yeah, that all of a sudden you'll have, you'll be up. Where, but if you already up, it just goes to you up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like
you already can do it. Don't it ain't doing nothing for you.
It ain't gonna make. It ain't gonna like if you got a 300 horsepower car, and it's 300 horsepower. There's not a lot you can do without adding parts to it to make it over 300 horsepower. Yeah. So if you can add, so all them lies about adding certain fuel and stuff like that, you can put all that shit in there. But in reality, you still sitting around 300 horsepower, and I think that's what's going on because I haven't. I'm happy. I haven't had any issues.
Knock on wood.
Hey, you know what I'm trying to and last week?
No pun intended.
And last week, no pun intended. That was the phrase I was trying to remember. The phrase I was trying to think of last week when I said real love. I said Mary J. Blige. I said now she's going through some real love, and I was trying to think of the phrase. I said, what is the phrase? And I couldn't think of it. It's no pun intended. Because her song is real love, and Mary J. Blige.
Right.
I told while we was digging poles. While we was digging holes, I said, no pun intended. I just blurted it out. You know, what the fuck you talking about? I said, that's what I was trying to think about. No pun intended.
I don't know, man. That's not to say that I took everything but that, but I'm just saying that's the one.
Have you tried them gas station ones?
Oh, like Rhino and
Yeah.
Typhoon.
Exactly. Because I've tried the Rhino. I don't know, Rhino XL or some bullshit like that.
Man.
I tried that and it didn't do same thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't want to. I don't want that shit affecting me.
So you never tried that either. So you say you tried everything else. What's everything else?
Drugs. Food.
No, I'm just saying. I like the one thing you never tried. I'm like I never took Percocet and all that bullshit they got out there. Like all.
You ever
that
tried
shit.
Cocaine?
No comment.
Really?
No, to be honest with you, I'll be honest, they ain't gonna get me at work. But I did one time.
How was that?
I did the thing where it was on a glass. I kind of walked in. It was on a glass table, and it was like a pottery thing. And I looked at it, and I go, I wonder if this is what it is. So I did that thing where I didn't sniff it. I put it on my
What'd that
teeth.
do?
Oh, it numbs you. You know all the movies that you see?
Yeah, I see them do that. I thought it was the taste that makes them
No, that shit
because it numbs.
Fuck out of you. Imagine you
be
being under 12.
Yeah.
Imagine being under 12 years old and you do that shit on your teeth because you thought it was like
So did you sniff some of
powder
it?
sugar? No, I put it on my teeth.
So you never did it?
I thought it was powder sugar. I just like this. I was under 12. I was like under 12. I know that. I was on I was probably like 10, 8.
You were 12 years old?
Damn.
You tried cocaine?
That's how I
So how did you know to put it on your
Because I thought it was powdered sugar.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So let's change it a little bit. Because
Yeah.
I'm picturing him walking into a party
Mom
room
figure like
where everybody's kicking it, and this motherfucker walk up there to the. He's a kid, and
I'm
the
a
shit
kid.
and the shit just happened to be laying out still.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Ooh, powdered sugar."
Powdered
And
sugar.
luckily he only grabbed a little bit of it, and he put it in his mouth, and his mouth turned numb as shit. So that was
shit
it.
would
So
turn
so you
dumb
never
as fuck.
so you never tried.
Nah, I ain't
Nah,
trying that
you like for recreational use, you never tried it.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing that makes me wonder.
shit. Now when they
'Cause-
tell you they burr a hole in your face.
Yeah,
Nah.
but I hear way more story,
And it's
from
expensive.
the same family members that be telling me about the Cialis and all that shit. Them motherfuckers be talking about fucking off of cocaine, bruh.
I bet you, yeah.
That's a whole new experience.
They be
though,
saying
I
that
heard.
they're just a whole sex is
Yeah, it is.
crazy on cocaine,
Sorry,
especially when the girl using it.
damn.
Nah, that's how
Yeah,
them
man.
motherfuckers do
You
it.
see Kanye West be talking about sniffing it all off their back and shit like that. They be using that shit, bro.
Fuck all that. That's
Oh,
crazy.
you too big for that. You too good for that, huh? You too good.
I'm not
See,
too good for it. I
guess
just don't.
I guess I put my
I don't have
cocaine
a-
Work
back
for the feds,
I,
huh?
I guess I put my cocaine back in my pocket. Dude.
Yeah, I just don't have a desire for it. That's just
I'm gonna take it out of my ass. I was
That's that stank crap.
I was about to say, I'm about to smuggle it into prison and shit.
So I got a couple of there's a couple things I'm gonna wait till
next show.
the next show because it takes a little longer. That Navy dude died too. Died at I just want to tell Tony that since he's a Navy person. He died at 95.
Damn, that's a good life.
What Navy dude?
The dude that after what was that World War I or World War II, where he's walking, he grabs the lady.
And kisses her.
Oh,
Kisses
the
Yeah.
portrait, the kissing guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
That dude died. man.
Damn, that's a good. That's
The
a
reason,
good
and
life.
only reason,
Times Square.
the only reason why I brought that up is because first of all, because you were in the Navy. Second of all, because when they tell the story, they describe it again that he didn't know her, she didn't know him, and he says that he just was feeling so good about the war being over that he saw her, he grabbed her, and he kissed her. He said, and he said, and I had a couple of drinks in me. That's what he said. Then the lady says that he grabbed me like vice grips, and kissed me. He said it wasn't that long, and I'm thinking to myself, if that happens now,
Oh no, it's a
yeah,
wrap.
that's
Going
rape.
to jail. Hell yeah. Going to
You
jail.
going to
Yeah,
jail?
but you're talking 1945.
I know, but still, it's funny.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
still funny how
Yeah.
the moment is still the same. The
Yeah.
happiness, the joy,
Yeah.
and how somebody
yeah,
can get
dude.
home and change.
Still rape.
You gotta watch it.
Nah,
All right,
it's not
people.
rape.
Kevin giving us a look like we need to get off. We need to get off. this.
Shout out to the troops.
The only
Go ahead, Derek.
real quick, the only other thing I want to talk about, I don't want to talk about, but we left with because the other ones are too long. We go into the next thing is you know what, we still got a couple of topics from the last week's that I'm carrying down that we still ain't talked about because it's too long. Cause we talked so fucking long about the All-Star game.
Yeah.
That I kept trying to get off of.
Okay.
So
Next week's gonna be very exciting. Is what he's trying
no,
to say.
I ain't trying to say that. I'm just saying there's just shit we
You
carry.
better hope nothing happens.
What do y'all? How do y'all do with? Well, I guess we talk to Kev because I already know Tony's. What do you do about body grooming?
What?
What?
The fuck did he say?
Body grooming.
Oh man.
See, I already know about Tony. Tony, shut up.
I mean, this,
Get in there.
to
Don't,
me,
and
to
don't
me,
hang on.
to me.
Before I gotta say this to
Let
Kevin. Let me say this.
Don't look at me. Let me say my own story of what I do to my
let
body.
me
grooming.
say.
Let me say this. You
Let
don't
me say this
shit.
before you
Don't
say your thing.
shit.
I gotta say this.
Let me say my.
I gotta say this part first.
Oh, he gonna fuck me up. Go
No,
ahead.
I'm not. I just don't want. I want the truth.
The truth.
I don't want the too cool.
No, no,
what
no,
you
no,
think
no,
everybody
no.
wants to hear. 'Cause
No.
like I said, I already know what Tony shit is, and it ain't cool. So-
I'm gonna tell you what I do, and it ain't that offensive. So I don't feel like it's all
All right.
crazy. All right, I got clippers, and I just try to shave the shit clean every so often. I'm not like religious on the shit.
So you say shave it clean.
Like it's hair there still.
so are
bro,
we talking?
but
Are we talking about
Nah, this
Like-
hair. I just like I believe that it can't be all wild. I don't like the wild look.
So you don't like it this extra long? And
Yeah,
shit,
I don't like that
wild.
all looking crazy shit. I just like when you look down there, all you see is big ass motherfucking hairy. I don't like that shit, dog. So I think it's like saying a number 1 on the Clipper. It's cool.
So you're a 1.
I believe it's like that.
You're a
Yeah,
1.
yeah, but it's like sometimes a motherfucker don't get into doing it all the time. So it's just So it's just one of those things. But I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So you don't do it. You
No,
don't do
I'm not.
it.
I'm not like every 2 weeks, like every week a haircut or something. That's just not me. It's like maybe once a month, I guess.
Tone, I already
We're
know,
talking
but you
about
can
Twice a month.
Haircuts?
Twice a month.
Hell, we talking
Every 2 months,
we
whatever.
talking about your body.
Go
bro.
ahead, Tom. What you?
I
You gotta
said
get
body
in there.
grooming.
Go ahead. Body
So,
grooming.
Go ahead, Tone. I already know what Tony gonna
No, you
say.
gotta get in there.
Yeah. Tom,
Get in where?
Get in there.
Where?
Yeah,
Man,
we clippers.
you cock your leg up.
What?
And get in there.
I believe
What?
that.
You gotta get in there.
I wish y'all could see this motherfucker cocking his leg up.
Man, you gotta take a picture on Instagram. Put that. Shit. Get in there. You gotta get in there.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody want to see that
No.
fur ball coming at you.
So-
Come on, man.
So I'm
The
asking
head
you.
game.
So just so we all at the
I
same
didn't say that.
just so we all at the same point before we move on to that next step of it. I'm with Tone.
Yeah.
I gotta, I'm not a 1.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it down. I guess shit. I'm a 0 because I take it down to what I can take it down to.
Yeah.
But reasons why you do it. So for you were saying that you just not in. Hang on, you saying that you just don't. You don't like it looking all wild and stuff. So what you're saying is that when you look at yourself, you're like, man, it's crazy down there. So I need to do something.
And cleanliness. I believe that if you keep it low, is when you don't
Hit a clipper
Easy to
like a
clean.
2.
Yeah, I'm a 1. I like a 1 on the clipper. Like I just believe it keeps.
He's talking about
it's
a
either
1
cleanliness.
guard. You're talking about a 1 guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a 1. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you? What would be your reasoning behind making sure you get shit? Because I mean, believe it or not, a lot of niggas don't shave.
Yeah,
a lot of
they
niggas ain't
don't.
doing all that stuff.
A lot of motherfuckers don't believe don't need to.
So-
That's crazy.
I think that's crazy. I think
I've been
I-
manscaping
I
since
think
'91.
you have to keep your shit
Way before
growing.
we knew this term manscaping.
Yeah, I've been manscaping
I
since
So
believe that.
what would be your reason behind doing it?
Oh, it just looks better.
Yeah, that's appearance is my main reason. First reason,
Appearance.
I'm sorry.
See,
It looks better.
And it's
And
still
I agree. I
cleanliness.
think with myself, number one,
It'll be personal tonight.
for some reason, I know it sounds. I'm gonna say it. I don't give a fuck what y'all niggas think. I just feel sexy when my shit's done. I get done, I feel like
Duh.
sexy.
Hey, and I'm about to agree with Eric on this part. I think your shit look better.
You just feel like at this point right now.
Yeah.
If I was somewhere and they said you gotta take your pants down right now,
Yeah.
I would be like, wow.
Yeah.
Look,
There it
The
is.
second thing
Puts a
is
little length to you.
that I was about to say.
There you go.
The
That's
second,
nothing,
puts a
right?
little
the
length
second
to you.
thing
Yeah, it does.
is it makes your shit look a little bigger.
Yeah.
So-
Snake in the bush is longer. It's bigger.
So hey,
Yeah.
for personal, and it's only for me because I think it looks bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife ain't never said, "Ooh,
Damn.
you shaved." This
That's a damn shame too.
I know she should
I
realize.
hate that shit. They don't
Yeah.
appreciate the bullshit we gotta go through.
I know they know. I know they know,
They
nigga.
gotta see that.
They see
shit.
that shit.
That's crazy as
But
shit.
so I'm gonna flip it real quick. So we get in this podcast. I'm gonna flip it real quick, and I hadn't planned on going here, but since we there, how do you like your ladies?
Off.
I'm with Tom.
None at
Get
all.
that shit.
Yeah, I like
Get
it. I
that
like that
shit
shit
right
butt
the fuck
naked.
off. You gotta
See,
match with me.
I like a little landing strip.
Nah.
Just a little. See, I like for it to be. I like for everything to be bare, but that little landing strip, and then that little landing strip still got to be clipped and stuff. It can't be too long, but it shows. I don't.
that
I like
motherfucker
that.
butt naked.
You like it butt naked. Huh?
Yeah, I
Look,
need that
like you know what's funny about this is.
You need that shit butt naked.
Oh, my shit cut off. What's funny about this is that Kev. I mean, first we go Tone. Tone, we expect what Tone gonna say because Tone was had the same energy on both. But Kev, this motherfucker, when we talking about his nuts, that motherfucker was like, well, you know, I like a one. I don't do it, I don't do it every 2 weeks, but you know, so. And then as soon as I said woman, that nigga said, butt naked. I gotta get a butt naked, nigga. Butt naked. This
A one?
that nigga.
Oh yeah.
That's what he's doing. So it's funny how shit changed when it's him.
Oh,
You
shit.
ain't take a razor to that motherfucker?
I don't use no razor. Oh, you know what? The reason why I brought that up, I'm glad you said something, Tone, because me and Tone talked about this. Tone was trying to explain to me about how to how to use.
Take the razor.
I don't care. I don't know what the fuck look good. Just
No,
So-
take the razor. Go ahead.
go ahead.
No. This conversation y'all having is great. But I'm just saying. Tone was trying to explain to me how to use a razor, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh no,
Okay.
I'm scared. I'm so scared to
Ooh,
put
no.
a razor on my nuts, right?
Yeah.
So I think I told Tone I was in Target, and the Norelco series
Mm-hmm.
7, I think it's 700 or 7,000, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker right there allows me. It's got two. It's crazy because it's dual headed. It's got something on. It's got.
It's a razor and
So it's got the clipper, like the clippers with the guard, built-in guard on this side,
Mhm.
right? And then on this side, it's got that mesh. You know what I'm saying with the holes, the mesh.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm thinking to myself, I give it a try, man. Cause I've tried clippers through the years, and
Yeah.
regular
I
clippers,
tried razors too.
regular clippers are nick your ass if you don't watch
You
it.
gotta watch
You
yourself.
gotta watch it, and you get nervous down there.
Yeah.
So the first couple of times I tried this Norelco, right, with that smooth side with the screen, and I'm shaving. I'm not talking about your lower part of your gut.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when you get to the sensitive parts, right? You know what I'm talking about.
balls in the tank.
You know exactly
There you
what
go.
I'm talking
There you
about.
go.
That-
Man,
so-
fuck y'all. I'm getting to the point.
So when I got to the main part, like you used to say,
Yeah.
like you said earlier, the what did you call it? The meat and potatoes.
Yeah, meat and potatoes in the motherfucking back.
When you get to the meat and potato, when you get to the meat and potatoes, bruh, I went over to, I switched to my little screen part, that little part I'm telling you about. And at first I kind of was a little nervous about it. But like, I think about a couple of minutes in, I was like, Tone, I was up in there. I was all up in, I was like this.
Now, wait. Now, what you say, Norelco?
Look, he write
He should write it down.
He write that shit down.
Write it down.
Because you know
That
what?
one ain't working for you.
Hey, and the reason, but you bullshitting. The reason why I'm saying it is
Them
for y'all
clippers.
niggas,
Yeah,
for
them
y'all
clippers.
niggas to write it down because
Write that shit down.
I experienced something. I was like, so just to make sure that I'm right, the last time I pulled it out again because it's wireless.
Yeah.
You put it on this
Right.
charger, right?
Yeah.
I pulled it out again, and nobody was home, so I was able to really get my,
Get in
get my
there.
shit shaved right.
Yeah.
And I'm not in this time. This time, I'm not being so delicate.
You just
This
doing
time,
your thing.
I'm actually like,
Yeah. Just shaving your shit right.
I'm like, it ain't nick me.
Hey, Nick,
yeah, 'cause
they got the good guard on there,
Yeah,
right? That
so I'm
smooth
like-
little.
Got that little smooth thing, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this is what I'm gonna use forever, because I'm able to
model
get.
number again?
That's my
It's
boy.
either
That's
700 or
Norelco.
7,000 Norelco. It's called the body groomer.
Body group.
But
You know damn well when they say.
and it's waterproof, but I don't use it in the shower. But they say it's waterproof.
that's
Oh
funny.
no, man.
But what I'm saying is that I didn't know. The reason why I brought that up is because I was so proud of myself
I'm proud of you.
that I
too.
got such a clean shave.
That feels good, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like a racer.
now
to
it don't.
I probably
now,
would shave more if I wasn't scared.
and then when I got done, I looked. I was like, I'm sexy.
there it is.
I'm sexy. But I will say,
clean.
it don't do nothing. It don't do nothing for the grow back.
Yeah.
You gotta
No,
keep
you
that
gonna
shit
feel it.
shaved
Gotta
down.
keep shaving.
Cause that shit, you be sitting in you be driving.
Yeah,
you be like,
motherfucker.
Damn.
Yeah, you
Draws run. you be like this, like
yeah, that growth.
Yeah, so
That growth bag.
man.
But
Kind of spiky. Like,
but
God
you
damn.
hey, but you sexy though. But you sexy though. So I just want to throw that in. That was y'all's tip for the day, and we're gonna end it with that. I guess.
Yeah.
That was a
Shave
hella
my shit.
good one. That was a good one, E.
Shave your shit.
All right, my people. E said that's the end, so I guess that's the end.
No, it ain't because I said it was the end. If
Yeah,
y'all got
don't
something to
do
say,
that
yeah,
shit.
you got something to say.
saying.
Tone, go ahead and finish what you was gonna say, man.
Go ahead and say what you got to say, Tom.
Yeah.
That's the
Mr.
end.
Rogers
So we're gonna end the
documentary.
show today with that.
Nah, we ain't, but fuck we is.
Yeah, we ended it because I said it
let's
was the end. Motherfuckers.
He ain't the boss.
All I got to say is peace.
All right. We still ain't got no outgoing music, huh?
All right.
Nope.
Love you, ma.
Peace.
I got the outgoing. Hold on.
Here we go.
Don't listen to
Nah.
what people say. They don't know about you and me. Put it out your mind.
That nigga can
'Cause
sing.
of jealousy.
That boy good.
They don't know.
That nigga getting mad.
That boy can sing.
That boy good and horrible.
Good.
He good and horrible.
That's it right there. That boy good.
Sexual chocolate.
I love that nigga singing.
Peace.